Today where we interviewed Tim Simpson and Mike Tisdale, some of the head TOs that have been there the longest outside of Charles. Those are the three that did MCP the first year, and they've been there every year since at Adepticon. Nice. So we had a great talk about that, talked about the new venues, how the events went, and what we're excited for. It is you!
That's me, that's you. What's up, Tim Simpson?
All right.
Lowercase Tim.
Let's, Uncle Tim.
Oh, sorry,
it's Uncle Tim.
Uncle Lowercase Tim. I rolled my thing. I got a crit and 2 hits.
Hey, Dr. D, host of Arachne.
Your success to me. Therefore, you must suffer a joke. I lost Kara's audiobook before I could hear the whole thing, and now I'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. All right. Don't hate it. Oh, is he gonna buy this, play that, play this, play this?
Tom, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter.
That's good, Dr. D. I don't know if you can hear those redemptions coming through Charles, but Dr. D's was, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter.
Oh, is he gonna buy this, play that, play this, play this?
Which is kind of brutal, especially when you have somebody like Toad who's like, I'm just going to hang out back here, snap that one objective, and then run away. Yep. He now can't do the runaway piece. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like Black Widow's the same way. Nebula don't care. Objectives aren't real. Objectively, they're objective.
Objective, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm just trying to, make the game last longer because this is going to be quick. So we are going to start out with Black Widow over here.
Hey, Dr. D, host of Arachne.
Your success to me. Therefore, you must suffer a joke. I lost Kara's audiobook before I could hear the whole thing, and now I'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. All right. Don't hate it.
To Peter Qual. I'm going to go tinkle and make a new beverage. And I'll be right back. What can we afford? Anything? Not really. Okay. I'll be right back soon.
Hey Tim, I was looking forward to how great this great stream was going to be since we continue to find ourselves in this position of greatness where you play a game that the rest of the great world has given up on. To celebrate, I bring a joke. Walking home last night, I passed a slice of apple pie. Tom, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that...
And we're back for day 2 of Squad Goals 2024 here in Niles, Illinois at Pastime Games event space. We had 22 teams yesterday. We have 20 today, a total of 66 people here for Alfredo's Size 3 Taco Truck event. Team 3v3, that's the way to be. But let's jump right into it. Rylan, hey, how are you? How you doing? A 35 stream streak, dude, well done. But let's get right into it as we are getting priority and stuff done. I am joined, unfortunately, once again by Dr. D, and we will be getting right into it here. So, yesterday we had 3 rounds. It was a little warm yesterday. It's also going to be a little warm today, but we will manage through it. A huge thank you to Pastime Games for providing free water for players today to be able to combat the heat a little bit. But yeah, we saw some great matches yesterday in this particular format. Dr. D, if you would like to go over some of the more important rules about the post-game sequence and the pre-game sequence that are keeping these players both in line and having a good time.
So it says on the very card for the pre-game sequences, before the event you should be in the parking lot pre-gaming. So you probably want to pound down a couple Jaeger bombs at least. And then what you do is you show up with the other person on the other side. Each team will have 3 sheets. So if you've ever done this format before, there's 3 tables, and then they roll off and do all this stuff, and they essentially pick the people that they're going to play against on the tables, and then they match up at that point. They roll a priority thing. They didn't do that for this one, but for this format itself. Team A will choose one of their players and put their sheet face down on any of the tables that they want them to play on. Team B will choose one of the players and place them on the other tables, and that wasn't originally chosen. And then you place the other papers in the same way, and then that's essentially what's going to determine who plays who.
Correct.
So Team A will choose one of the remaining players and place them face down. Yeah, that's essentially what I just said. All sheets from the previous step are revealed, and matches can then begin.
Now, we do have Crisis Eye and Priority and Threat for this game. Just so you guys know, we do have Vince Kirchhoff from Nathan's Angels here on the left, and we have Freddie from Conan and the Barbarians over here on the right. Not a huge shocker, I think, to most, but I think it would be probably, I would bet on Kirchhoff playing Shield. But we were playing at 18 Threat, and I believe it was Montesi and Gamma. So radioactive books being in each other's face, I don't think that this is going to be a bad spot for Kirchhoff to be in.
Let me tell you something. This is a classic matchup. This is mustache versus ponytail. It's coming.
It is.
And right now we're gonna determine which one is which and which one's the most important. Also, I gotta say, hey Tizzy.
That hit so hard it knocked the dice box off center.
Text in the mail. It was worth it.
But, and it looks like probably over for Conan as a pretty clear Guardians of the Galaxy. Is there another leader there? Don't think so. Just Star-Lord. And actually a really cool modified Angela with some angel wings and stuff on the back. It actually looks pretty dope.
And before we get started, we really got to make sure we stop and thank the one who will never be named for doing Eye in the Sky, giving us the commentary we need in order to get this work done.
Super excited about today for a number of reasons. Most of them, are not pooping my pants.
Not poop my pants. And he was even kind enough to give me my own little view of the game, which is a little bit delayed, but I might be able to tell what the heck is happening a lot easier.
Look, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool. You know what else is cool? Ice.
Which there is an extreme lack of.
Yeah, there's definitely a lack of ice
in this particular venue space. But yeah, we have Eyes in the Sky with Tisdale again today. Absolute great event. The terrain was provided by Adepticon, and the Alfredo Size 3 Taco Truck guys, again, doing a phenomenal job getting this up and running. Nate Horn running the event itself, as well as Jacob, who not only provided some of those really dope trophies that are going to be going out for the top 3 teams that rank in the event, but there's also a team prize or trophy for Best Painted as a 3-man team, and then an individual painting award for the Best Painted army as a whole.
And if there is a second round, so right now there is somewhat of a debate if there's going to be a second round due to the pair down, but the way MCP standings work. If there is a second round and there's time, I will also do a little more painting if anybody would like to watch that. But we should know, obviously, by the close to the end of this round, you would hope, if there's going to be another round. But if not, this might be the only game for today, and we'll have our winner.
Like in reference to the whiteboard thing?
Yeah, the PC, the trophies are very, very cool. They're cool looking.
Yeah, you should use the official ones.
They kind of remind me of like the materials you would use to make dice.
But Dr. D, what was one of your highlights from this week so far? or weekend.
The sleep deprivation.
That's actually probably one of the most important parts of any good event is not getting enough sleep.
Really is. One of my favorite parts. It's fun to see the. I always like to see Web Warriors. Like, as a Spider fan, it was cool to see second game. I think it was second game yesterday. The Web Warrior.
I think we had Web Warriors on twice. Was it?
Yeah, I think the first round we also had Web Warriors. It was cool to see the Web Warrior teams playing. It was cool to see Convo. You don't see Convo much anymore.
Yeah, well, and I think that's one of the things I really like about this particular format, when you're not restricted on your roster building, but you can only have one of any model on the 3 rosters. Like, you do get to see some cooler stuff. You'll see X-Force more often, Web Warriors, Convocation,
Sentinels,
Defenders. Listen, if there was a Sentinels player here, and we didn't have him on stream, I'm going to fire Ben. So we will go with, if you were looking for the pictures of those trophies, they're up on our Facebook right now, as well as probably some of the other socials. Nick, this is Vincent Kirchhoff's list. We have Nick Jr., Crimson Dynamo, Invincible Iron Man, Nick Sr., Hawkeye. And as far as Texas cards goes, he has Sacrifice, Sit Rep, Stark Armory, Brace, and Eyes in the Sky. It's not Kirchhoff if there's not an additional Eyes in the Sky. Now, granted, he can go with Invincible Iron Man or Nick Jr. there. We won't know that until fully employed. We've seen him use both of those leaders very well. Over on the other side for Conan and the Barbarians, we have a Guardians roster with Star-Lord, Agent Venom, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Ultron Metal Tyrant. And then as far as Texas cards go, they are going to be running Crew of the Milano, Sacrifice, Age of Ultron, Fallback, and the Galaxy's Greatest. I think that slap literally moved the tables apart.
It was the slap heard around the world.
It was. And the Galaxy's Greatest, some might say.
All 210 people, you got to watch that.
Yeah, if someone didn't clip that already.
Yeah, get to it. Chop, chop.
All right, and that is going to be Ultron and the droids down.
Thank you for the follow, Attractive Some Patud.
Yeah, thank you. And we are going to go with Nick Fury and... Correct. And we'll go Nick Jr. and the Shield drones. They are dead center.
Shield drones?
Yeah, the Shield drones.
Those are people.
I don't know. You can't treat them like people.
No, that's a shame.
And then Agent Venom right there below.
But they got a rope.
The Tyrant of Ultron.
You know how much you've been wanting one of those?
That's true, actually. And they're going pretty quick now, so we do have Invincible Iron Man and Dynamo, the best of Metal Friends, there on the left. And Giddy Up CGR right below Agent Venom on the right for Conan and the Barbarians. And the man, the myth, the Dum Dum Dugan, Nick Sr. for Kirchhoff. Now, obviously, this is going to be a little clustered up, right? You have books and radiation, two things that have always gone hand in hand, kind of like bears and sharks.
And Beats.
And Beats. Battlestar Galactica.
And Battlestar Galactica.
Bears. A second time, they're just the other type.
Well, I've been told that brown bears are essentially just big dogs.
No, black bears are big dogs.
Oh, is that black bears?
Yeah,
Okay.
do not mix those two up. If you try to scare a brown bear, you'll probably have a bad time. But a black bear will probably just run away.
What a chump.
Right, yeah.
I bet I could arm wrestle one.
A black bear?
Yeah.
You probably could.
What a chump.
All right, so it looks like we have...
I believe Mustache is going first.
Well, you kind of have to, yeah, you're supposed to yield to mustaches. Otherwise, it's not as good of a ride. Stu, do we have confirmation between Invincible Iron Man and Nick Jr. as leader? It is going to be Invincible Iron Man. Okay.
Starkey.
We don't know until he fully deploys because he could run either. Oh, gotcha. What are the crises? The crises are Montesi and Gamma. They're playing an 18 threat.
So everybody's going to be clumped up shooting beams.
Mm-hmm. Reading books, blasting by your brains. Brain blasting. Now, guys, just kind of like what Dr. D was saying earlier, there are 3 3-0 teams. So there is a pair-down match that's happening as well. Or maybe this is the pair-down match, I can't remember. But depending on if this group wins or not, there will be a second round. Star-Lord, who really likes to listen to good music while reading a book, does in fact move up onto that back gamma and grabs a book.
Looks like Nicky J's going. Drone's going up. Classic shield play. So now if they die, nobody cares.
That's critically known, unfortunately, yeah.
The thing is they clock in, they go to work just like everybody else, and then they're just like thrown to the wind.
Well, not only that, but like we see there, like why the shield grunts are in fact drones is because Nick doesn't care about them. You saw, as you said, they moved up, they grabbed that book, and then Nick Fury Jr., what does he do? He's like, yeah, sit rep. I'm my best friend Crimson Dynamo, and moves him up instead.
Yep. Classic U.S.-Russian relations. That's really strengthened over the years.
Yeah. That's going to leave Nick on both his back gamma and picking up a book himself. And there's a hydrate from Cord. Thank you, Cord. Keeping us well lubricated today.
Doctor, can you make sure it's hydrating? Make the what?
Okay. Oh, and it is the one who will never be named. He is also drinking every single time.
The one below all pork roll, I believe.
No, you got to say the whole thing. It's one below all pork roll, Dr. Mario.
Yeah. All right, we're getting an Agent Venom action here. And he is just going to be...
It's so big.
Double bubble moving.
God, it's so big. Oh, and just so everybody knows, there is a redeem for a dad joke.
Yep, 500 channel points will get you a custom Dirty D Doctor dad joke.
Dirty D doesn't Daddy D.
Because he's Dirty D's. He's got them puns. Dirty D's. He orders burgers without buns. And we have the #1 deaf superhero Hawkeye moving up. And he is going to trick shot into Agent Venom, making it energy. We're showing just 1 defense there, and looks like 1, 2, 3 on the attack, so he's going to be taking 2.
Gets power, Hawkeye swings back.
So no wilds there to be able to do any special conditions, but that'll have 2 immediately on Agent Venom. Everyone also making sure that they're staying within 2 to not take Gamma. Not take Gamma from Gamma.
7th judge call of the event.
Of the event?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It was 6 yesterday.
No. All right, we're going to go back over to Guardians. Seeing if Ultron's going to be able to get in blasting range of anything. I think with a medium move, he could probably get up, still be within range 2 of one of those, and maybe hit the shield grunts. But with Nick Fury still left to go, Nick Fury Sr., like he could pick up easily any books that got left behind. Oh yeah, Iron Man and CGR still also yet to go. So actually, maybe we won't be getting an Ultron activation here. Maybe he will go CGR first.
CGR being a good model throw in the middle, obviously, because he's immune to Incineroar. No, this is Gamma. Sorry, not demons, but...
I mean, not unsimilar though, as far as like, yeah, it doesn't imply incinerate, but having Cosmic Ghost Rider up there puts everyone immediately on edge.
Yeah.
Crimson Dynamo, honestly, is usually edging pretty heavily to Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Because what's the discussion right now would be which model do you think Vincent is going to try and put in the middle, or does he just ignore it this round and let the other side get parity?
I mean, that's actually a really good question, because the shield guns don't contest secures, right? They
do
just
not.
pick up objectives.
They do not.
I like that double move for the drones to get them kind of just out there so they're already taking a little bit of damage. It's either going to take someone's like attack, who's going to waste someone shooting them once, to actually take them down.
I can do a quick recap from yesterday's actions. A bunch of teams got together, and then each team played about 3 games, and then we ended. Mm-hmm. And then some people won, some people lost.
All right, so Ultron is going to shoot the
There you
guns
go.
here. Looks like only showing 2, blocking none. So that is going to take them down. Vince will get to choose where those grunts drop that book. And that is also going to get 2 power for Ultron. Were those grunts still alive, they'd also have bleed and poison. But because their drone is no longer on the field, they are technically immune as
They're
they
dead.
are not alive.
8 judge call.
Oh, that was just called 8? Oh, Nick didn't pick up the... Oh, gotcha. So Iron Man... Gotcha, because of the sit rep power usage. So that's going to be Invincible Iron Man.
It's invincible.
Kirchhoff's back book. And then looks like we're getting a shot on the drones. They will take 2 and be alive on 1, which means they will, in fact, daze during, or get KO'd during the Gamma cleanup. Far enough away from everyone to not do damage or get Ultron more power. Does Kirchhoff has? Oh, Dynamo. Oh, because he got sit wrapped up. Yeah, that's right. Kirchhoff does have Dynamo and Nick Sr. up. Who is the leader? I missed that. Invincible Iron Man.
This man has 44,000 channel points.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, if you want to blow a bunch of them, that'd be great. If you want to spend like 25 to 35,000 of his channel points, I'd actually really appreciate that. And we have a double move from Nick Sr. Did he pick up the other book? Okay, so that is going to have him both within the safety range of Gamma while also picking up a book. So CGR having the second to last activation here. So this will keep priority with the Guardians. I mean, most likely just moving up and getting on that point in the center to make sure he's contesting. And that'll give, at the end, probably a lead by 1 to Vince, assuming that Crimson Dynamo also moves up to contest that center objective.
Because there's no shield model in the middle.
What's that?
There is no shield model on the middle point right now, right?
Yep. No shield in the middle. But they got much back. So I'm going to be only in range here of Senior.
Not on the point, though.
He had a mobility. If only he didn't want to spend his 1 power for next round.
The players mocking each other. Unsportsmanlike conduct, yellow flag, 10 yards.
It's that 10 yards that Cosmic Ghost Rider needs to be able to actually shoot Invincible Iron Man, so it's a big part of this. But the Barbarians not wanting to spend that power that they need for next round after that CGR change, they are going to in fact spend that power to get up there, be within range, and to be contesting that point.
And he's going to give them the boom.
It could be the boom, it could be the doom. It is the Costco double chunk chocolate cookie.
Here comes the boom boom. It's going into Iron Man, if I heard that right?
Nick Senior.
Going into Nick.
Like.
Okay.
Showing 4.
3.
Because the skull counts with the psychosis.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
And Nick blocking 2, so he'll take just 2. And that is going to get Cosmic Ghost Rider back a power, as that's a gainer. And we will go with Dynamo. Doesn't even have to move. Trying to get that shock on CGR, and he does.
Goodbye, Dice. It was good knowing you.
And he'll take 1 damage, too.
Sweet.
And he will get 2 power from that, so he will use some rocket boots to get on that center point, be contesting, take that away, and also be able to get another shot, probably on even Venom and Star-Lord.
Going into Venom.
And that is exactly what it is.
That's a terrible roll.
Straight up aces, 4 skulls.
That's a Tim roll.
That is a Tim roll. Into Star-Lord now, doesn't get the wild.
Doesn't look like he's doing anything with this one.
He's considering potentially using, there it goes, Stark's leadership. Reroll. There's that 5th skull from that first roll.
There you go. Yep. Storing it for later.
Mm-hmm.
4 for Vincent, Team Mustache.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mustache
team
is pulling ahead by 2. Going into round 2.
Vincent, obviously a pretty well-known player. Even I don't play MCP all the time, and I know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Which, suffice to say, in my household, we probably talk about him more than any other MCP player.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, what are you cooking for dinner tonight? And be like, whatever Vincent's having. I'm like, that's a weird answer. Victory. Victory.
Vinstory.
Vic Victory.
He's my favorite old school wrestler, Vic Victory. And we're going with CGR power here. Did he get any? That's not good.
So he loses psychosis?
Yes, because he has
You have to be
5 power.
Yeah, you got to be at 5. So right now he's not counting skulls.
He's not counting skulls. He's rolling 1 fewer die.
Yep. He is cognizant to remember his own name.
So we do, looks like remembered, winging it tokens this time, going on Agent Venom, Ultron, and CGR.
It might be grenade time.
You know, we've seen it before. We had Vincent on stream a number of times, and round 2 is grenade time usually.
Yep. It's funny. I was interviewing before the show, and I was like, "What do you do to plan for these kind of events? Like, how do you get in the right frame of mind?" And he says that he sits in his car and just combs his mustache for 2 hours before every single event.
Yeah, there's actually a pretty healthy application of coconut oil as well.
Yeah, it's a pretty intense regime.
It is. Yep.
But he does it for you, viewer.
He does.
For the victory.
Wait, did I hear profanity on PCN? Coconut oil? I don't believe it's a swear.
Yeah, it's not a swear word. We checked. We actually checked the United Nations page.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the website.
Yep, and it hasn't been for long, but yeah, coconut oil is in fact allowed by the Geneva Convention now. It hadn't been for a long time, but yep, finally we do have access to that as a whole.
Certain people were using it to lubricate tank treads, but they finally gave it up.
Correct.
Gave up the ghost.
Yeah, well now they use olive oil.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it's a lot
it
healthier.
has a nice smoke point compared, and it does stay oily at room temperature.
Higher antioxidants. It's good for the tank.
Correct, yep.
Yep.
Keeps them going longer. Panic Colossus, by the way, hey man, I don't think you heard profanity. Okay, I lose the glasses. Does Dylan have to wear the glasses if I lose them?
You might as well.
Oh, even better.
Oh, jeez. I'm going to look so cool.
You do. I mean, you're like an undercover cop now.
I can't see a thing.
They call them statements.
So when I wear this, the screen that has all of the gameplay, pitch black. Can't see a thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to guess what's happening based on literally nothing.
And speaking of keeping up a good regime and things that aren't against the Geneva Convention, Ultron does in fact spend on the Echinacea bean to move Dynamo out of range, potentially, of being able to spend on the attack rerolls. And he is attacking Nick Sr.
Team Ponytail about to shoot somebody with Ultron. Vincent running through all the options.
And the Commandos are going to use Sacrifice here to go into the Invincible Iron Man, which is a great call. He's invincible, I've heard. Wow, maybe not. So that is 1, 2, 3. We converted both of them. 2, 4, 6, 7. And
Brutal.
he's going to be blocking 1. That's 6 into Iron Man. And he'll take 5 after that, after paying for the reduction.
6 on front for Invincible, I think. 6?
I think it's 6. Yeah.
Double check.
So it has him alive on 1. And actually, you can see it's actually really cool. So Vincent uses
can't
those.
see.
Well, that's
I
that's
physically cannot see
That's
anything.
what redemptions do.
They ruin everything.
We were just confirming that Iron Man was alive on 1.
Okay.
Because you can. What I was
I
saying
can.
is
I
that
can.
you can't see Dylan, but on Vincent's white dry erase, he counts remaining health, and you can see a very clear 1 there on the left side.
It's just so very clear to everyone but me.
And we'll go with a taco truck of potentially, maybe it's Alfredo's, maybe it's definitely size 3, going into the Commandos. He has brace. I think he's choosing whether he uses that here or not. And that is going to allow Ultron to bring the drones back in. They will be right behind the
Blocks
now
nothing.
freshly dazed.
I believe that was still Iron Man.
Nope, that was into the Commandos.
That was in Commandos, okay.
And that's going to daze him.
Oh, right, because he's sacked. Right. I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Tim, I have big news. All right, I'm ready for it.
Did you finally get rid of your tattered problem? Are you whole?
And Ultron is picking up the book, you said? And we will go over to Invisible Iron Man for Vince. And looks like a builder into... He's thinking about it. He's going to put it down, flip it down, reverse it.
Consulting the mustache.
Yeah, sometimes you got to.
It's a good bit.
Yeah. Looking at ranges here, so he might activate Crimson Dynamo and get him back in there. That's going to have the attack rerolls back up. And you could put some hefty damage getting those shocks potentially on Agent Venom and Star-Lord. Last round they kind of whiffed a little bit. But listen, anytime you're going to put a wild on one of them, granted there is Crew of the Milano, so having that active currently, especially after the only non-Guardian character has gone, we wouldn't be able to benefit from it anyway. And we are going to do an Iron Man builder into Ultron, showing 2. Ultron blocking 1. And he will use a reroll, and he'll convert it.
2 damage?
Looks like 2 damage through and a repulsor. And using the Wing It token to, unfortunately, not convert. That's going to put Iron Man to 7 power. And the repulsor push on the Metal Tyrant as well. And he's going to do another builder into CGR, showing 4, 2 crits.
Oh.
And converts them both?
Big swing. Yep, both converted. Looks like a wild.
Yeah.
So 6 into 2? So 4? Doing his yep.
Doesn't convert with the leadership role, but he's blocking 2. He's going to be taking, what, 4 here?
Yep, taking 4.
Wow.
Sounds like a daze.
5. Not on CGR. That shouldn't be
Oh,
a daze.
sorry.
That should leave him alive on 2, I believe. CGR has 8 on his healthy?
I think so.
I think so.
Check.
If only Dr. D had a laptop, that's fair. CGR getting repulsory pushed even further back.
I don't buy and own things I can't pronounce.
That's why you don't eat kumquats, huh?
He has 9 on the front.
Oh, he's 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, so even. Yeah. Dr. D just looked it up on his Motorola flip phone, so.
It's a BlackBerry.
Is it really?
No, you're fired.
You can't fire me, you're not Ben. There's chunks in the bottom of that. I think they'd fit through that hole. Oof.
I'll take things
That's
Tim say
aggressive
more
pull.
often than you would hope for 500, Alex.
Oof. Tatted, what's your big news, man?
I already told you.
Oh, that he's not Tattered Colossus
Yeah, now
anymore?
he's
Yeah,
whole.
you can change his Twitch name once a month, I think. I think we're
All right, we good? I can finally see.
good for
Oh my
eyeglasses
gosh.
again.
The world is so bright.
It is. And warm. But not as warm as yesterday, which is nice.
That's true. Yeah, right now I'm sitting here pretty.
Yeah, I'm pretty tepid right now.
Yeah, it's good.
What does tepid mean again? That's like medium.
It means that your car needs oil.
That's true. Tisdale brings up another great point. Pastimes, which the one below all PRP. As a reminder, Pastimes has been providing free water for players to make sure that they stay hydrated, dehydrated, and wet, and titrated.
Oh, you definitely need to be titrated every once in a while.
Shout out to Taylor.
Because you have to always remember that Taylor, you have to know his name. You have to mention him a lot because he's on a list. And that list is loving MCP way too much.
Okay.
Cosmic Ghost Rider.
So we do have a crew of the Milano there.
Shut
Every
up, Dan.
One of the members of the Guardians is going to be spending here, so that is going to be removing shock from Cosmic Ghost Rider. It's also going to prevent from any new special conditions from being applied to any of those 4 Guardians. I believe he only spent 3 for it, which makes sense because he only has 4 characters. Math is one of my strongest suits. It just doesn't fit anymore.
Thank you for the follow, Warpaint Studio. Oh, Studio.
Much like getting hit in the face with a shovel, clubs and spades all days. No. Here, it's your turn. You can take over.
I'm assuming direct control.
All right, that is going to be Cosmic Ghost Rider moving up to the middle there with a range 3 teleport, spending 3 of that freshly accrued energy that he got for being shot in his stupid face.
Cosmic is going to be shooting into Iron Man.
Warpaint Studios, thank you for the follow.
I already did that.
It was only a few seconds ago.
You're fired.
Ah, nuts.
All right, shots looking like...
I mean, that's
6. That's 6.
That's aggressive. I mean, why do 7 when you can only do 1?
Iron Man goes down with... he only had 1 health left, goes down, he goes dazed. Team...
He's going to drop a book?
Team Ponytail, definitely sad that they wasted that roll.
Yeah. Well, Tatted Colossus, we do really appreciate that you're not letting us know the news while driving.
He dropped the book, and...
I think he's maybe thinking about potentially picking it up. He's going to lose it in the next activation or next round if he does, in fact, not shed a whole bunch of power. Now, granted, he could just shed all that power by pulling everyone off that bad gamma and incinerating them.
Looks like he's shooting again.
Into Nick Jr.
Into Nick Jr. Nicky J.
Nicky J. And showing 2, 4 with the skull. He doesn't have the psycho.
No, he's not. He's not. It's a 2.
It looks like just 1.
Nick also has cover.
Oh, and Nick also has cover.
Unless you want the one. I'm doing no.
All right, so we will take the one elects to not have Iron Man. Give him a reroll there. If you cannot fire Tim, if you do, you have to carry everything yourself and do all the work. Thank you, Tao. I don't carry anything, though.
Chainsing Dynamo. With the chains of Sidorak. Gonna pull him into the pole.
Just boop him right into that pole. Boop.
booped the snoot.
Sounds like my prom.
I don't get it.
I wasn't allowed in. I had to wait outside by the streetlight.
Just because you were on a list?
Because I was, yeah. Yep.
Crimson Dynamo, rocket booting over.
All right.
He used thousands of newtons of force to carry that heavy armor of his slightly over a lamppost that he could have easily just walked around.
It was a full gallon of diesel to get over that lamppost. Yeah.
It's very inefficient.
But, like,
Hi,
why get your steps in? X-Pac says, hey, man.
Shooting
into Agent Venom and Star-Lord.
and also also CGR.
Oh, and he clips CGR, too.
Yes, she sure does.
And does trigger the shocks there, but with Crew of the Milano, is not going to stick.
Cosmic Ghost Rider takes one.
Like a Teflon pan.
All right, going into Agent Venom.
That's going to leave Cosmic Ghost Rider on 2. And this is into Agent Venom. He's blocking
Looking
1.
like 2.
He is going to pay for the reroll here and convert it.
And cover because of the car.
Oh, yep. But still, Agent Venom's getting beat up here.
Holy crap, this is way easier when you have ear control.
This is going to put Agent Venom, I believe, to 4 taken. X-Pac says thank you so much for those subs, by the way, going to Vania VC and Ming's Timon Gross.
Going into Star-Lord.
And final one in the Star-Lord.
No plucky. Yeah, no damage on that one.
All right, second verse is going to be same as the first.
All right, doing Cosmic again.
Starting with 2. And he's going to block none. So attack rerolls first, seeing if he wants to really commit here. And he probably should.
He has 9 total. 9 total, so 2 left.
2 left on Cosmic Ghost Rider. And he'll leave it alone.
Here comes the winging.
Defense.
No convert.
And that is a dazed.
CGR is dazed. Ring the bell.
X-Pac says, by the way, we are in Niles, Illinois. If you are in the area.
Wasn't sure if you were still in Florida.
Yeah.
Going into Agent Venom.
Good
roll.
Gotta
love to see that.
That's gonna get Agent Venom. Oh.
That's one convert. Got like 5.
5.
And none. Probably has cover.
Even with the winged token, it's not gonna work. All right, and that
Venom's
is
down.
also a dazed Agent Venom. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey, Carl.
Team Mustache has a fan in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Going into Star-Lord.
Showing 3. Blocking.
Could plucky.
Could plucky. Yeah, what is that bottom?
I think
it's a hit.
Yep, here comes plucky.
And there's the pluck. Oh, wait. Whoa.
Much better.
Yeah, taking nothing. And even with all those wilds, he was rolling those pretty well, but Crew of the Milano going to prevent any one of those Guardians from taking new special conditions for this round.
Yeah, that was the one who shall never be named did make a comment that Crimson Dynamo activation was very impressive.
Yeah. It's the action economy he has with his rocket boots and then being able to set up beams is just stellar. Crimson Dynamo is a very strong piece.
Yeah, ninth judge call.
Montesi is the extract. Carl?
One Below All says that he actually first saw the efficiency of Crimson Dynamo's skill set in the back of a bathroom stall. Almost got the spit take.
The amount of diesel fuel it takes to flush a Crimson Dynadump is really impressive.
Here comes Hawkeye's coming in here shooting energy at old Quill.
And Quill's going to
Star-Lord
be
looks okay.
There is a special condition that's going to go out here, but just kidding, there's not.
Because he's immune.
Because he is immune.
Because he is the crew of the Milano.
He's got a plucky attitude, man.
Hawkeye does pick up the book. It's probably going to swing away.
Hawkeye can't listen to podcasts, but does love to read. Video podcasts are fine though.
Yeah, he can turn on subtitles.
Well, he can read lips.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Tim, you'll never be Hawkeye because you can't read.
Correct. That is accurate. That's actually my special condition, illiteracy. Even Crew of the Milano can't get rid of it.
It's just too sticky.
It is.
Just too sticky.
It's a sticky boy. All right, so good activation from Hawkeye. We do still have just Quill left.
So even with Vince currently having parity, he's going to probably score pretty heavy this round just because of the fact that Guardians are not going to have a lot of opportunities.
Well, remember, I mean, Nick Sr.'s dazed, Invincible Iron Man's dazed. They are kind of trading blows back and forth here. Agent Venom and Cosmic Ghost Rider are both dazed as well. August 2 to 4 in Utah Wargaming Salt Lake Open. We applied for a GT for MCP. If we don't get the GT, we will still do 3 days of events. Awesome. I'm going to get it up and running. First time in be at SLO.
Congratulations, Wholesome Colossus.
Oh, sorry, are you burning weeds? I don't have it.
All right, so this was a Star-Lord attack into
Thank you for the
Dynamo.
follow. Ophbergent. Ophbergent.
And that will do 1
Star-Lord going in Dynamo.
because of the incinerate. Yep, he'll take 1 from it.
My goodness. What can one do against such mindless violence? Such mindless hate.
Cosmic Invigoration can make the mindless violence thoughtful violence.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Intentful violence.
I bet he does.
And that'll be 2 into Dynamo, and both will find purchase.
Gainer the grunts? They only have one. They only have one. So I use the gainer to
All right, so Nick
Shooting
Fury
into grunts.
drones on drones. That's all going to go through. That's going to be grunts exploded. They'll do a damage to Nick Fury Jr., and Ultron will gain a power from that.
I will spend 2 for grunts.
And then he'll bring them right back out.
Yep, there they come. Calling in the cavalry.
The Henry Cavalry.
I don't get it.
Thank you, Burgent, for the follow.
I already did it.
Right, but you called him Ophi.
That's what his name is.
It's Ophi.
All right, viewers.
Give it the Ophi way.
Like and favorite this video and comment down below what you think his name, how you pronounce his name.
Hopefully you can turn it into a yearly thing. Tatted Colossus, absolutely, dude. We'll make sure we talk about it as well.
All right, so score going up to 7-5.
Both players getting 3 there.
No, he does not get to roll for 4. That's how he auto gets
Team Mustache maintains lead.
damage on here.
Team Mustache does maintain lead, but I don't know. They
No
both
more
scored
crew.
the same there. There was he shortened up that distance a little bit.
Cosmic Ghost Rider is going to lose his marbles.
Correct. He's going to start listening to his favorite Korean pop star, Psy, and get that Psychosis token.
So I would like to just announce the dissolution of PCN. I didn't click the button quick enough and it went out.
All right, so that is going to have a number of characters injured going into round 3 with Cosmic Ghost Rider, Agent Venom, Invincible Iron Man, and Crimson Dynamo. Nope, not Crimson Dynamo.
All characters flipped over from last round. Venom, CGR, Agent Venom, and the Commandos. I believe all.
Oh, the senior,
And
yes, and
Invincible.
Invincible Iron Man. All right, and I believe that is also going to have Guardians with priority still, fewer characters, also Nick Jr. Took the last activation. And Stark
Armory.
4 power, looks like.
Yep, 4.
So that is going to add additional attack dice to everyone within range 4 of the man, the Tony, the mustachioed, goateed father of all Ultrons, depending on the canon that you're listening to.
Galaxy's Greatest coming out.
And Galaxy's Greatest.
2 off of Cosmic and 2 off of Beeson.
So what does Galaxy's Greatest do? Is +1 attack, +1 defense? For those 2 characters?
Let me double check. It's for injured characters.
Oh, injured characters.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so Agent Venom and Cosmic Ghost Rider both spending 2 there to get that effect.
They spend 2 each. They get a big dumb hero, add to attack and defense. Yep.
Oh, that's right, the BDH.
But they gotta be injured.
I like this. It's a very narrative tactics card. It's a ton of fun
You're fun.
and neat looking, and it gets you to, you know, have a big dumb hero token.
And then Stark Armory, actually a similar card in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You just get +1 to your attack rolls.
You don't get a big dumb anything though.
No, you're not dumb.
No.
If you work with Stark,
Or big.
you're probably evil.
Wow. Captain America routinely working with Tony Stark, obviously.
No, he works alongside, not with.
What's alongside, if not with?
A different word.
Oh, but yeah,
No.
I guess that's probably pretty fair.
Yeah, Civil War proved that Stark is in fact wrong.
Civil War, in fact, proved that Tony's willing to beat up one of his friends with one of his other friends who killed that other friend's parents.
So it sounds like Tony's getting chains of Sidorak in, getting blasted.
Getting pulled in and incinerated. And he is going to use the disruption field here from Prince of Dynamo.
Yep.
And we are showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the skull. He's going to be able to reroll 2 of those. Tony is blocking 1.
Winging it coming out.
Winging it doesn't convert. Oh, it does because of the skull.
Blocking 1, I'll invo 1, I'll take 4.
And that is going to have Tony taking 4 right out of the get in round 3. That leaves him at 2 health left, but stacked with power. And he can, in fact, re-roll 2 of the hits. Maybe he won't take that. He'll actually take 1 left. He'll take 5 instead of 6, which will leave him on...
Damage went on Dynamo, not Stark.
It did? He's erasing stuff on Stark, though.
I don't know what to tell you, man. That's what they told me.
Oh, he was spending...
7 dice in Iron Man.
For the rerolls, yeah. But the attack was into Iron Man.
Oh, that one, I must have missed that.
But the attack
The
was
damage hit
into
Stark.
Iron Man.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so we're showing...
Looks like 5?
Oh, no, that wasn't Dynamo. Because Iron Man still has 7 left. Oh, no, that's power. No, he does have 2 left.
5? Count skulls, so right.
Yeah, that was an Iron Man.
So block 1, invo 1, give me exactly. Okay.
Sounds like Dynamo.
right.
Dynamo went down? All right, Stark's dead.
And Stark
The world is a better
over.
place.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nature abhors a power vacuum. Makes room for you and me.
That's true.
The future
That's true.
could belong to the V's, which is Viper.
Viper will be taking over. Yeah, that's true.
Eat the rich. Fluenty, how are you?
So, the Shield, Team Mustache, has just lost leadership.
Yep, they've also lost Dark Armory, I believe, right? They don't know how that works.
I'll double check. I think that stays, right? It's a card.
All right, so that was a shot into Cosmic Ghost Rider. He did block it all thanks to skulls, baby dolls, and that additional.
Oh, yeah, because it have to be within range of Stark himself. Yeah,
Correct,
so
and
they
he
lose Stark Armor. You hate to see it.
This could
Dumb
really,
ways to die.
really be where it turns around for the Barbarans.
The thing is, it goes to show you, sometimes when you're just walking around, a man on a flaming space motorcycle might just wrap his chains around you and then blow your brains out with a gun.
That's why I won't go back to Baltimore.
It's rough.
He has the power. I think he's thinking about a teleport to get out of Dodge, hold that back line, maybe move Agent Venom and Star-Lord up. But he is
That's
going
it.
to say, I'm all right.
Hanging
It's
out in the middle.
glorious 20-calorie day over here in the UK, which means August will probably be non-stop rain.
CGR
And he's going to block it
getting
off.
hit by Crimson Dynamo, doing another beam.
4 successes because of those skulls on the defense roll. Try it again.
Going into Venom.
Venom now.
Oh,
Just showing 1, but there is the shock there, which can be applied now. He is going to block it all. Once again, thanks to the skulls, baby dolls.
Dice abandoning Team Mustache all of a sudden.
They do. Seems to happen. Just put KO Stark as close to the board as you can. Maybe someone on back Gamma can still be in range.
I will lucky the 2
I appreciate that, Dayton. And that is going to have him taking 2 on the second volley here. Or that's on to Star-Lord.
That's on Star-Lord.
Roll it again.
All right, here we go again.
Yep. Do it again, starting with CGR.
CGR.
Oh,
A little bit better. Got the wild. All right, no damage.
Blocks it all, but does shock him.
Going into Venom.
Great roll. 2 crits, showing 3. Converting 1. 4, blocking 1. That's going to be 3 go through. And
Winging
winging
it.
tokens. Converting 1. Okay. Yeah, with cover, end up only taking 1 there.
Why did Agent Venom roll 3 dice on an energy attack? I thought he was 2.
He is 2, but he has the big dumb.
Oh,
hero
he's
token.
big dumb. Right, he's dumb.
And gonna plucky nothing. So that is gonna have 2 going through onto Star-Lord.
So that's 5 on Star-Lord right now.
That's the one card I can't see is Star-Lord
Okay,
damage taken.
4 on Star-Lord, which we might be playing unaffiliated here soon.
Yeah, actually.
Star-Lord's on 1 health.
I mean, I think he's taking a look at maybe 4 in assignment. Did he have 4 in assignment?
Did he have 4 in assignment? 4 in assignment on Guardians? The card, tactics card.
Did they take it?
4 in assignment. It's Agent Venom's card. Yeah, I didn't think you said it.
I didn't think.
No.
Okay.
Because 4 in assignment works best, I think, when you have the original crew members of the
Yeah, when you
Milano.
have more of them there. Because
Yeah.
the only one I think that would be on that card would be
I think it's
Star-Lord.
I think it's just Quill.
Yeah.
All right, Agent Venom is web swinging.
Yep. And he has a beat here that his spender is going to line up here real nice. Yep.
Very, very good.
Here it is. This is going to be a huge play here potentially. It's either going to be big whiffers or big dippers.
I don't get it.
The Big Dipper's in the stars, much like the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a thing that can scoop up a whole bunch of blood and dump it on the ground. So this is a physical beam that also has a chance to trigger a whole bunch of additional damage on other.
And this
characters
also has
around.
Big Dumb.
And it also has Big Dumb.
Here comes Fury Senior.
Into Senior, showing 3 with a crit.
Yep, Dynamo.
Converting it.
Dynamo's defense thing.
I can't mod. I don't have mod. Reroll 2 with your successes.
And the disruption field working heavy there. So that's going to have 2 going, well, just 1 going through.
Only 1.
On to Senior. Hawkeye next. Is he going to... Nope.
This is for Hawkeye.
Yep. Showing... Oh, and converts it. Showing 5. Blocking... Blocking 4.
Good roll.
And wants to get rid of the trigger. Oh, the trigger stays.
So I'm blocking 3, so I'm taking 1 from the attack.
Taking 1 from the attack, and then the additional trigger is going to fire, which is going to do damage to Senior and Dynamo?
Yep.
Is that right?
I think so. Everybody within 2.
This and chunk him up, and now this final one into Dynamo. Potentially...
Only Dynamo.
And he is going to disruption here.
Dynamo. The tendrils only hit Dynamo.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh.
I mean...
Everything is ruined. Blocking 1. So
2.
1.
So with disruption field, this could get rid of them all. Just the wild, and it's a hit wild trigger?
Yep, hit wild.
Okay. All right, so he's going to block it all. That's that's one of those things. We have one of these big beam spenders. Like I said, it's either going to be whippers or big dippers, and it was not big dippers.
Yeah, mid-table obscurity. Yeah, we know it was that tendril procced off of CGR. Or I'm sorry, on Hawkeye.
Okay.
5 die attack. +1, -1. 5 die to Hawkeye.
All right, here we go. Going into Hawkeye.
All right, guns into Hawkeye.
Yep.
Spending
Only
for
5
disruption
dice.
field again.
I think I heard him say.
Yep, it's just the basic builder. Showing 3.
Oh, he's also big and dumb.
I can't.
Yeah.
So you roll 2 of them?
Nope. Gotta
Oof.
hate that.
Dude, disruption field has done so much work here.
Only 1
this
damage
in this
on Hawkeye.
activation, just so much. It's prevented 6 or 7 damage, I think, out of those attacks. That's incredible.
Again, players seem to appear to like each other. We don't like to see that around here.
Yeah.
Yellow flag, 10 yards. Yeah. The one from below all making comments that amuse me endlessly at the cost of Tim.
I mean, that's what we're here for, right?
Hawkeye into Star-Lord with an energy bow. Looking like 2.
Yep.
Looks like he might be doing 1.
I don't have it. Oh, right. You roll 1. So 1 through and shock.
1 through and shock. Onto the man of lords from the stars.
My goodness.
He's getting up there.
Shock went off. Here we go again.
Pretty good, Hawkeye.
Ooh, that's a good one. Whoa!
Good shot.
1, 5, you spend, or sorry, 5 powers.
Yeah, it's him. It's for sure. Hawkeye does never miss.
Yep. That deaf guy sure plays the main pinball. Boom, 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 boom. He's a
I believe that is a
Hawkeye
dazed agent venom. Right? Because how much did he just do? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop 1.
He just did 5.
He just did 5.
He did 4.
Oh, that was Star-Lord.
Yeah.
And then Hook arrows away.
But even after all those beams and stuff, Star-Lord's still up after taking that damage?
I think he's got 1 left.
Star-Lord?
Star-Lord?
Oh, he is dazed.
Oh, he did.
Oh,
I thought he already
put
got
the token
dazed.
down. Gotcha.
Oh, because I was thinking the beams took him down. No, I guess he didn't go down.
He was a trooper with it. A starship trooper.
2 left. Okay, yeah, 2 left. Got it.
Why do 2 when you can do, his full health in 1 shot anyway?
So
Just gotta prove a
something
point.
that me and Quill having a lot in common. We both grew up in Missouri for a very long time.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, we both left around the same time too. He went to space. I went to Florida, which was kind of a different place in space.
Well, there's Space Mountain in Florida, so it's kind of the same thing.
I think I saw him there a couple times. He was coming in as I was leaving. 2 boats in the night, kind of thing. Is that funny?
Yes. Because I can't hear Tisdale, so I'm filling in my own blanks. I'm mad-libbing this, and it's
Here comes
really
the-
dark, honestly.
Oh god! Beam attack. Beam push.
From who? Who's beaming?
Encephalon of Laka beam.
Oh, gotcha. The Echinacea.
Here comes high grade herbal remedies. Messing with your brain.
Ultron, Supplement Tyrant.
My brain. My brand.
Look with your special eyes.
My brand.
My brand. Remember when people had to call 1-800 numbers to get things delivered to their house?
Yeah.
I'm so glad we're out of the dark ages of 2014 to 2017.
There's one line with perfect dice.
All right.
All right, here comes extinction.
No better way to extinct an old man than this particular protocol. Oh. Showing nothing on the defense. And spending the wing.
Here's the winging.
Converts 1. And that is a... And the throw is before damage is dealt. This is, in fact, in the
Thrown
KO
into the
senior.
grunts.
Pick your line. Any direction? Any direction.
And he is going to get off a throw ahead of time before the KO.
Yep.
So he could still do a little bit of damage by throwing 3 individual World War II veterans into a Ruski.
Nope, going into the grunts.
Oh, it is.
You know that if you were talking to the one you know.
And they're bringing in Jacob to do this line.
Oh, judge call.
And
Number 10.
It's not an official judge call unless someone yelled judge. If these mics don't pick it up, it's not a real mic.
Can I yell it?
Yes.
I don't want to. You're not my boss. You're not my real dad.
Ben is. All right, and that will
It is hitting grunts.
That will go into grunts.
It's been officialized.
They'll block nothing,
No
and they will
dodge.
be taken off as well.
It's a very Three Stooges moment.
I mean, as far as a protocol that's meant for extinction, killing 6 white dudes in one throw, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
One of my philosophy teachers once said, "The world changes, one funeral at a time."
My dad used to say the same thing, but it was funnel cakes instead of funerals.
That doesn't make any sense.
He lost his
Shut
legs
this down.
due to diabetes from funnel cakes.
Well, maybe he should have ate something other than funnel cakes all day.
Why?
So he didn't die of diabetes.
Tell me 17 foods that are better than funnel cakes at providing diabetes to have my dad lose his legs.
Dylon. Dylon, Dylon. Dylon, Dylon, Dylon. Dylon, 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 apples. They got good fiber.
They do, but what is this?
Fury into CGR.
Fury into CGR.
What do you mean, what is this? Pay attention.
What's this? What's this?
What are this?
What be this, though? Thank you for the follow, Hapless Shallot. It's like a shallot, kind of.
Sure.
It's a little bit less mild. Which shallots are really good when you want to provide a little bit of an onion flavor without overpowering a lot of the dish, but the shallot really kind of pops it off a little bit. You should just use an onion.
Fury is a moving. And he's going to bring out some grunts, calling in the cavalry.
All right, we have them grunts grunting around on the car.
You think
Dirty Mike and the boys in the center there.
would just shoot the helicarrier in the sky?
That was my favorite line of Reading Rainbow. Helicarrier in the sky, we'll shoot you and you die. So take a look, we do it by the book. The police will kill you.
Let the bodies hit the floor. 6-11. Team Mustache currently in the lead.
And going into round 4, Vince, even after having kind of an absolutely devastating round to his Shield's morale, is still regaining a little bit of that edge. Not going for parity 3 for 3, but actually gaining 4 and leaving the Guardians with just a measly 6, which is in fact enough to pick up sticks.
The one below all has stated that the host of the show needs to stop talking.
Let me mute Ben, I guess. Eye comes back as Fury's still there. Psychosis, he's going to grab 3 power from that.
He says his very famous sketch line, "Hey, I'm crazy."
That is no, that's for the end of the game. Yeah, these 2 characters for the rest of the game.
They're eternally big and they're eternally dumb.
They're also eternally heroes.
No. Depends on who's writing them.
Thanks, Cormag.
Hey,
follow.
thanks, Cormag, for the follow.
How great is it to be thanked by 2 different people? That's got to be really nice.
That is You know, I gotta say, thank you for telling me to fly all the way out here
You're welcome.
to disappoint me even further. I gotta say, it's been nice.
You know, it's just so much better when the disappointment's first in, when you can see it.
Freshly
it's
squeezed.
like going to your kid's Little League game and being like, wow, I really took off work from this.
All right, here comes the wing in it tokens.
And actually, this is actually a very important round. And when it is round 4 and Ghost Rider gains the Psychosis token, he is, in fact, 4 Loco. Illegal in most states.
We'll be here all day. 11th Judd call.
But thank you, Joe Mangi, for teeing that one up for me. All right.
It's funny, me and Joe Maggi, we actually went to college together.
Really?
Yeah.
4 local university?
Yeah.
Go 4LU.
The person playing Guardians of the Galaxy is Mr. Ponytail.
It is a member of Conan and the Barbarians. If you wanted to devise what name he had, you'd have to have slightly faster internet, but it would be.
Wrong side. What are you doing? Have you ever used the internet?
That would be Raymond Fox playing and piloting the Guardians. Normally when we have a skilled Eyes in the Sky, they ask both players their names and then tell us that.
Eye in the Sky was too busy propping up the network to ask that question.
To be fair, he's kind of an atlas in that regard, kind of holding the whole network as a globe on his shoulders.
Now, he heard you. Oh, he definitely heard you. I hate it when dads fight.
I mean, it is a shame. I just got back. Who is left on this bloodbath of a board? So that's a great question. We have Crimson Dynamo, we have Hawkeye, Agent Venom, Star-Lord, CGR, Ultron and his drones, Nick Jr., and Star-Lord. The only thing not left on the board is Tisdale's and mine's relationship. It was KO'd very quickly. All right, Cosmic Ghost Rider spending 1.
Here comes Johnny Crazy.
Johnny Poople Pants.
Doing a little teleport.
Yep, a little short port. Are Vincent's models all healthy? The remaining ones,
I believe are.
Yes. A Cosmic Penance Stare.
Here it comes. He's going to look at him real hard.
Well, thankfully, he has a little thing called Eyes in the Sky.
He's like, no, don't look at me. My eyes are stronger.
He has special eyes.
His is in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
My brand.
My brand.
Does he escape?
He will, because Penance Stare's range 2.
Yeah, that would help. Yeah.
And looks like we'll get Hellfire Blasters instead into Fury. That
John Castle is going to shoot.
Great roll.
Space
With the
guns.
Psychosis token, oops, pretty much all successes. Goodbye.
Probably going to get cover.
Yeah, he's showing 2, 4, 6, 7.
So he'll be stopping 2? So take 5? Yeah.
And
I think
that
he dazes. Yeah, he does
is
daze.
a dazed Nick Jr. Brr, brr, brr.
John Shield down.
John Shield. May he daze in peace. He's going to change the grunts off of the car.
Yep.
And then I believe Hellfire blast him.
Here comes the boom.
All right, 6 die energy into the grunts.
Into the grunts.
Oops, 5 blanks. But he gets 2. Wow. Precision, like a surgeon.
Grunts going down.
And they will also drop a book.
Go down. They go boom.
They get to place it. Vince places it further away. CGR has already used his teleport, so he will not be picking up that book, whether it's ironbound or not. So we still have Hawkeye left. We have Crimson Dynamo over for Vince.
Here comes Johnny Star.
Testing that Dynamo Beam, whether he's going to be able to get both Star-Lord and Age of Venom. It looks like it's going to be kind of closest.
Rocket boots on Ivan Starkovich.
He is crazy. Oh, he can't pick it up anyway. That's actually a very good point.
Hydrate.
Thank you, PC and Mom.
Here comes the beam.
It's because I have the green screen filter on. I was like, why is my bottle black on the camera? And he is going to take 3 from that.
Venom taking 3.
Venom is going to take the 3. Also, by the way, just as far as like clock management, Raymond's actually been very good at like when he's thinking about something, he's hitting his opponent's thing, so it's on his time. Very classy sportsmanship, by the way.
Using fallback to not get hit by the beam again.
A great idea. Great call.
Thank you.
Oops, all blanks.
Oh,
wow.
A lot of blanks.
Huh.
Doing
It's
one.
like Taylor was rolling those dice because they all came up blanks.
Star-Lord.
Into Star-Lord here. Star-Lord.
A lot of
Ooh,
skulls.
2
Oh, here
skulls.
comes the Plucky if he wants it.
No, I ain't got one.
So I have 4 with shocks, so take 3.
Yeah, taking 3 damage on Star-Lord.
With a shock.
1 power and a shock.
Yep, and a shock. What would it take for Liz to be my PCN mom?
$200 a month.
Going into CGR. Is that it?
Yeah.
Will she make me hats?
Wait. Did you say Liz or Lindsay?
I thought I said Lindsay.
Oh, I heard it as Liz.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Elizabeth.
She's really everyone's PC mom. Until Ben fires her. So that's actually a great attack roll there.
I was just saying, how much does it cost for you to make you my PCN mom?
Yeah.
Go ahead and shoot Star-Lord.
All right,
Going into Star-Lord.
That's going to take him, I think.
I can't block it, I can't reroll.
Good answer.
Oops, more skulls. Yeah, that's true. I have to pick up a lot of cans and bottles.
No more Star-Lord. We are playing unaffiliated.
Yep.
All right, Dynamo. Good job, Pig. You did it. Ivan Starkovich has done more work than I think any other model in the whole table. Something funny?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Nah, I'm good. You want a water?
Sure.
He said no. Yeah, he said yeah.
No, I didn't. I said sure.
Okay, he said sure. Dr. Mario.
So, I mean, I still think, like, Raymond's putting in work. He's taking models off the board. That's exactly what CGR is supposed to be doing. I think it's unfortunately just a little bit too late. Vince is just a little too far ahead. Maybe he's going for cabling now or something, but I think that's about all you can do.
Well, to give you an update on Grip It or Rip It, they are still in the room. They haven't left yet. I don't get what's so funny.
Hey, Merzane.
Something funny?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
He's a big help.
Yeah, I'm a doctor, after all.
That's true. That's true.
Questionable medical practices and everything, all that included. All right, we're getting you your updates. Here we go.
So, 4-0. The Meatman. 4-0.
Wow.
And exactly. I've been saying that for like 45 seconds. That's wrong. Big thoughts, big plays, big day.
Hello, Merzane.
Merzane, very legitimately, one of my favorite people.
Yeah? Did you keep his little macaroni art, put it on your fridge?
Merzane, if you would like to make me a macaroni Omega Red, I would put that on my fridge.
Going into Dynamo.
Do you have illegitimate favorite people? Yeah, I can't kind of count them all at this point. I've had so many friendships while traveling for cons. There's a lot of illegitimate.
Yeah, a lot of alimony payments if you were to say anything. Using the shield thing, disruption field or whatever it is.
Crimson Dynamo's disruption field. Yeah, going to be a reroll. Some of those attack successes will convert one of them, but does keep a wild on the board. And he will invul one and take one. He's got titanium armor. I'm gonna set a reminder.
Yeah,
Merzane,
right.
That would be dope.
He's just got backup plans. He's like Batman in here right now.
That would be dope. What, me?
Yeah, you. Then we know who did that.
Ugh. All right, what is how's Ultron going to do this?
That's a good question. Probably Tim.
Who's the toughest player in the venue you still think you could take in a fight? Oh, I don't think I'm tough in either of those, but like, I can't even take an old man out of an elevator. GD
Right,
Nerd, what sport do you think I used to play? It is really funny, by the way, that shoe polish cans would be the exact same size as that.
Disruption field.
Nothing wild and something else.
Nothing. Oh, it's coming in with 2. That was a good disruption field. Disrupting everything with that field.
All-star quarterback.
Varsity. I was on the Varsity Gaming Club.
Throwing Dynamo short. Ivan Starkovich throwing away.
You have to be very careful with that. Lamppost. All right.
Might be a judge call. Might have a judge move.
Team Mustache really wanting to make sure that it gets around that lamppost.
Here comes
the judge. That's judge call 12.
Jacob.
I definitely agree with that. Size 3 within 2. This is a legal buy for sure. Okay. Whether or not it hits the biggest player. Eventually does. Okay. I think it definitely did on that first line. Maybe I should have been more brutal, but whatever. We're playing a clean game. It's fine.
All right. So he will get out of there.
Cool. So he's over there. He didn't hit anything. What else you got? That's it. My power.
And that is going to be it for Raymond. And Roland. Ultron.
Hawkeye shooting.
Flash. Sure will.
Agent Venom. Flash Thompson.
All right, as energy showing 3, blocking none. With a special condition.
Venom's down.
And Venom is KO'd.
No more legs for Flash.
Is this cuts? There's not a cut. Depending on how some of the other games goes, yes, this could be it. And they're going to shoot Cosmic Ghost Rider. So long story short, if Nathan's Angels win this game, this will have been a semifinal game. If they lose, top table is elsewhere, and the tournament won.
Which currently it's looking like there will be a second round.
Currently. Well, there's still 2 other games out there.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that is true.
The team does have to win 2 out of 3. If Vince wins one of these, hopefully one of his teammates shows up and does the same. We don't know. It all depends on pair downs.
shock.
Going shock.
Rev, by the way, don't you ever talk to me or my son ever again. Anything else on the schedule if it ends now? Don't lie to my face with text-to-speeches, Lindsay. I can't afford that. Thanks for the hydrate, though. What?
What are you looking at?
Looking at two people fucking making kissy faces at each other.
Hey, he was just talking to the person that caused it all.
Dr. D, your son, I thought I wanted to slap him. Hey, you missed me getting slapped.
Yeah, you did. I slapped them at the very beginning.
What do you call it? Via proxy.
Yeah.
The old proxy
That
slap.
was a surrogate.
Yes, that's the word I'm always
slap.
looking for.
The old SS. Fell off guard tower.
Okay, that was Ultron with the 5-die energy. Shoots Hawkeye.
All right, shooting Hawkeye with 5 dice energy. Only 2 defense on this bad boy.
Going
And
into Hawkeye.
Not a lot on either side.
Taking
Go
one.
Take one. And bleed and poison.
Yep. Shooting Echinacea.
Echinacea.
Hawkeye is taking a trip.
On his favorite rocket ship.
I don't get it.
Blowing through the sky. Little Einsteins. Not a sponsor.
You are scoring 2-3 by my count.
Do you think there's a reason to ever bring old Ultron now? New Ultron's really good.
So that's going to have Nathan's Angels only scoring 1 or 2 up to
Nathan
12.
Angel's going to 12.
And going to 9 over for the Barbarians.
Dynamo will take 1 damage.
Going to round 5.
If you're talking to me, Lindsay, thank you.
She was talking about my little Einsteins.
Nobody cares.
Ben does. It's nice to have that support from friends.
Hawkeye going down.
We got
Looking like there will be a round
Yeah,
5.
more than
It is-
likely.
It is looking like that. I don't know. I mean, a tabling could potentially, I guess, not happen, but 10 power Cosmic Ghost Rider.
He is king of the crazies.
As Frank Castle, as a Ghost Rider, and Herald of Galactus does.
Junior flipping and Hawkeye flips.
And yeah, tabling is in fact the path to victory here.
And like I was saying earlier when you rudely interrupted me and ignored me, do you think people bring old Ultron now that new Ultron exists? I find it hard. New Ultron's real good.
New Ultron's very good. I think very legitimately Vanilla Ultron, especially after his update, is very good and kind of slept on a little bit. He has a great kit. Incinerate, builders, gainers, throws, great against Mystic.
Yep.
Like, I think there is a place for him.
Here come the grunts going in the cab.
But him only being in Cabal is something that hurts him.
Because what is new Ultron in? He's in Cabal. Yeah, I was going to say that's all he's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, old Ultron never really got brought, but like since we've been here, I think Ultron has been on the board every single time.
Excuse you. There are people that have placed in events with the power bottom 10 and you're running old Ultron. Ooh, that's a big whiff on the attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, maybe not.
I actually think old Ultron has been on the table every single time.
Yeah. Every time. It's actually one of the
Ultron's
rules
taking
of the
3.
event. You have to, whatever crisis you pick, you add -4 and then both players add Ultron.
Ultron's taking a walk and then an attack. He probably did the spender, from the sounds of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
As he often does.
All right, showing 2. Blocking 1, taking 1.
That's free real estate, baby.
Star-Lord got released. That's a good bit.
It's not a bit.
He used bits to say that, yeah. 1 bit.
No, he didn't.
You can't see that.
Yeah, I can.
Stop looking at my messages.
No. I'm looking at all of them. I can't believe what you did last summer.
Yeah, that was a dark time. That was before I was a Star-Lord
Yeah,
and
that's
run
true.
a functional leadership. You don't
Nah,
like to
junior's
spend
all done.
tactics cards for a reroll or whatever it was?
It was 2 rerolls.
It was too.
That was 2. All that's left is Cosmic?
Dynamo is on 1. Still on the healthy side, so a tabling will be difficult here.
Yeah, that's right.
But preventing the 3 victory points for 2 rounds is going to be rough.
That was like 700 beers ago. I don't remember that.
Did he not always have hit and run?
Nope.
That was part of that update? Guardians really got a good glow up during that
They sure
first
did. And then they dominated the game for like what felt
2
like an
years?
like 2 years.
Star-Lord, yeah, he wasn't stellar, right, before that update, but you could still run Guardians affiliated with 7 models by running all the 2s. That was dope.
I mean, even currently, Star-Lord is a 3-threat, right? I mean, any affiliation with a 3-threat leader is, in my opinion, a pretty
Well, and we see that.
strong start.
We see that, right, with Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Miles.
Still very popular. Miles, very popular.
We don't talk about those days, you nerd. That was a long time ago.
I mean, Groot and Rocket getting the range 1 bodyguard.
Yeah.
Getting the range 3 builder for Groot, also really good glow up.
Well, it went up to range 2.
Went up to range 3.
No, the body.
Oh, the bodyguard. Yeah, sorry. Yep, went up to range 2.
All right. Cosmic teleporting. Spent 3.
All right.
2. Going after Dynamo.
Hell Blasters and a Disruption Field.
Disruption Field. Ivan Starkovich throwing dice off the table.
Showing 3.
He got it.
He got him. He got him. Oh, he can reroll. He did spend for the Disruption Field.
Yeah, I'm taking the 1 even if you have 2 rerolls.
Disruption, that still gets you.
Yep. So even with the Disruption, because of the titanium armor, he'll always take a minimum of 1. So that is, in fact, going to get a dazed Crimson Dynamo.
Ivan Starkovich down.
That's big.
You're big.
Thanks. I've been eating out.
Who?
Northern Bridge or whatever it's called. You got a rednecker. It's real good. Hey, Charles. Thank you for the update, or the hydrates. 2 of them. Just kidding, 3 of them. Just kidding, 4 of them.
4 hydrates.
Just kidding, 5 of them.
5 hydrates.
Just kidding, 6 of them.
6 hydrates.
Just kidding, 7 of them.
7 hydrates.
Just kidding, 8 of them.
8 hydrates.
Just kidding, 9 of them. Just kidding, 10 of them. Just kidding, 11 of them.
9, 10, 11.
Baker's dozen, 13. Ugh.
13, 14. Takes 2. Something's happening. I don't know.
15, 16.
16 hydrates. I'm out of liquid. I drank all my liquid.
If only there was a person who could tell to get some more.
Well, I'll take I'll drink the paint.
The one below all handing him a paint cup of water. It's still going. We're at 18, I think.
18. The unnameable one is keeping up.
Trying to take Cosmic off the table. We'll shoot Cosmic on energy with Hawkeye.
Completely lost.
All right, showing 3 here.
Hawkeye, shooting, Cosmic.
Blocks all of it.
Blocking, you already have shock.
He does get a wild here, so we will add another special condition. He already has shock. All right, that is a
Taking
slow Cosmic Ghost Rider. Driving the short bike into space. Danny, 19.
I'd keep drinking, but I don't actually have anything to drink. I'll drink out of the toilet bowl later.
King Mark, yes, that is happening right now. He is spending 2 for the hook arrow.
Hook arrow in the way.
That's going to be the turn. I am scoring 1, 2, 3.
And there's the 3 to 15 for Nathan's Angels and Vincent Kirchhoff. And Raymond is not scoring anything as Cosmic Ghost Rider has the Psychosis token.
Don't think he saw it. Don't think he saw it, King Mark.
He didn't need it. Yeah, he could have done that to get to the 16, but
32 seconds on the time clock for Team Ponytail. Yeah, refresh on Eye in the Sky.
and that is going to
I think
be
that's it.
Going into round 6.
How
No,
many?
it's
How many
15.
were there? How many? You asking how many hydrates there were?
19.
19 of them. The unnameable one is keeping up.
We had a good run, I feel.
I've done my power phase. Are you good?
I'm trying to get in my pit.
Stop.
Look what I can do. All right, he's going to brace the throw there.
Here comes the car.
How long of a break till next round? Great question. Probably not long, but you will be entertained during that time with the two best friends that anybody could have, Tisdale and Dylan Painting.
Oh, you didn't even roll any hits? No!
Kirchhoff rolling 4 blocks with 0 hits, and that is going to be game.
Clock's out. Death clocked. Team Ponytail is done. Game is over. Mustaches have won this day.
And we have another final round. That is going to be Mike DeLuca, Lucas Sheik, and Sooner going up against Alex Botts, Vincent Kirchhoff, and the third person on their team.
Two people who commonly breathe oxygen and have played with model toys.
That's right.
Standing at a table, looking at each other in the eyes, and questioning why are they doing this?
Why are they doing this?
For a tiny piece of resin.
It's actually 3 pieces of resin.
Okay, still impressive.
Yeah.
Just don't
so.
eat it.
I mean, a little bit is fine.
But two people who commonly have, I'm assuming, bathed themselves in glory and tiny trophies.
Yeah.
And they're going to put it on their fridge. But it won't stick because it's too heavy.
Right.
And magnets aren't that strong because I don't know how they work.
I mean, they're straight up magic. The fact that Magneto is on Brotherhood and not in Convocation is kind of wild.
Yeah, it's strange.
Magnets are straight up wizardry.
Let me tell you something. Scarlet Witch, not in Convo.
No. Nope.
AMG, please fix.
Yeah, please correct this. Magneto helmet is a wizard hat.
It's true.
Don't hit that. It will break things. I did that last time. Let's not do that here. All right. So let's take a look. I believe that does, in fact, have us with Alfredo's size 3 taco truck going up against the old Grip It and Rip It with Mike DeLuca, Sooner, and Lucas Sheik. Both going 4-0 in this event so far. So stay tuned for round 5 where those 2 times 3 people will face off in the finals of the very first Squad Goals here in Niles, Illinois, hosted by Alfredo Size 3 Taco Truck, run, operated, and secured by Nate Horn, Jacob, and whoever else shows up. We'll go Vince. Make sure to scream. Dr. D getting a Dr. D dad joke redemption from one who shown to be friendly to me.
I just had it ready in the stupid thing. I've already memorized it. So, a man shows up naked at a costume party, and he's carrying around a woman on his back. And somebody asks him, "Hey, what are you dressed as? And who's that?" And she says, "Oh, that's Michelle. I'm a turtle." That delivery might have been bad. I'm sorry.
But yeah, guys, so that is going to lead us into round 5. We'll get a little bit of an update from Nate here very shortly to see when that round is going to start. If it's going to be immediately or in a few minutes. I can already see DeLuca windmilling anyone around him to take them out so he can pave his path to the stream table in Skulls.
You know what? Actually, I will do another one here because I was bad delivery.
Yeah.
You know what, Tim? Bros don't let other bros walk around with an open fly. It's called the zip code.
If you want a zip code, I would suggest 13861, where you can send things to the Professional Casual Network P.O. Box. That's P.O. Box G, West Oneonta, New York, 13861. Want to send us a postcard? Want to send us a bunch of glitter in an envelope that I'll have Dan or Danny open? Great place to do that. And P.O. Box G, as in golly, that's a lot of glitter. West Oneonta, New York, 13861.
When does the next round start?
We're going to go ask Nate that right now.
Because if it's enough time, I'll pull out the paints. But if it's only like...
You're going to pull out?
No.
Okay.
The problem is like people who, males who don't want to have kids, it's really ironic when they have to sleep on like a pull-out couch.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Thought they were supposed to be yelled at Tim.
Whoa. Mm-hmm. Whoa.
He actually texts me these jokes at the same time in all caps, so it's kind of the same.
If there is enough time, I will paint, but I have a feeling the next round's probably going to start pretty soon.
It's going to start at 1:30, which East Coast time is 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But for us here in the Central time zone, it will be in about 50 minutes.
You're right,
I think
you
that's more than enough time to get out paints and be painting.
Sure. All right, let me pull it out. I got to pee real bad, though, so I'll be right back.
No.
I'm going to Naruto run.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-da-da-bum-ba-dum. All right, so Dr. D is going to go take a quick tinkle. He's going to pull out those paints, and you'll notice that paint palette was stuffed. Because even the jeans he's wearing, he's hooked, and he can't stop caring. So, that was honestly a fantastic game, and something that we've seen from Vincent Kirchhoff, actually very specifically, when he plays on stream, always on the left side, oddly enough. His dice, they're wonky, right? He'll start out strong. They'll eventually kind of betray him a little bit, and then he'll end up pulling it out. So good for him. We're super happy to see a local, right, rising to the occasion, rising to the top, on top, butterscotch, and it's good. And it's good. So this, as previously stated, is the first Squad Goals here in Niles, Illinois, hosted by the Alfredo's Size 3 Taco Truck, as well as Pastimes,
Why do I have a cold sweat suddenly?
Comic and Games. Great game store. Tisdale and I were able to play in a Star Wars Unlimited draft on Thursday night. It was a ton of fun. They were running a whole ton of stuff. A very busy game store. It's very nice to see. Not only do you have kind of a number of older gentlemen in there, and this is actually really cool. You have every type of person that likes games. There was a bunch of, it literally seemed like a bridge club playing bridge at the game store. 3 simultaneous Dungeons & Dragons games going, a 2-pod Lorcana draft, and a 2-pod Star Wars Unlimited draft. It's super dope to see. Super dope to see that here in the Midwest. A fantastic place, both for competitive and casual events here in the Chicagoland area. But yeah, we will be taking a very quick break as Dr. D gets set up. We'll get the cameras, in fact, set up as well for him to paint a little bit. And then we'll be back.
To Peter Qual. I'm going to go tinkle and make a new beverage. And I'll be right back. What can we afford? Anything? Not really. Okay. I'll be right back soon.
Hey Tim, I was looking forward to how great this great stream was going to be since we continue to find ourselves in this position of greatness where you play a game that the rest of the great world has given up on. To celebrate, I bring a joke. Walking home last night, I passed a slice of apple pie.
Today where we interviewed Tim Simpson and Mike Tisdale, some of the head TOs that have been there the longest outside of Charles. Those are the three that did MCP the first year, and they've been there every year since at Adepticon. So we had a great talk about that, talked about the new venues, how the events went, and what we're excited for. It is you!
That's me. That's you. What's up, Tim Simpson?
All right,
Lowercase Tim.
let's... Uncle Tim.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
Uncle Tim.
Uncle Lowercase Tim. I rolled my thing. I got a crit and 2 hits.
That's someone's Pat. Sure, let's kill it. Hey, Dr. D, host of
All
Erecting.
of your success to me. Therefore, you must suffer a joke. I lost Kara's audiobook before I could hear the whole thing, and now I'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. All right. Don't hate it. Oh, is he gonna buy this, play that, play this, play this?
Tom, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter.
That's good, Dr. D. I don't know if you can hear those redemptions coming through Charles, but Dr. D's was, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter.
Which is kind of brutal, especially when you have somebody like Toad who's like, I'm just going to hang out back here, snap that one objective, and then run away.
Yep.
He now can't do the runaway piece. So it's kind of like Black Widow's the same way. Nebula don't care. Objectives aren't real. Objectively, they're objective. in her
Objective,
mind.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm just trying to, make the game last longer because this is going to be quick. So we are going to start out with Black Widow over here.
Oh, is he gonna buy this, play that, play this, play this?
Which is kind of brutal, especially when you have somebody like Toad who's like, I'm just going to hang out back here, snap that one objective, and then run away.
Yep.
He now can't do the runaway piece. So it's kind of like Black Widow's the same way. Nebula don't care. Objectives aren't real. Objectively, they're objective. in her
Objective,
mind.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm just trying to, make the game last longer because this is going to be quick. So we are going to start out with Black Widow over here.
Today where we interviewed Tim Simpson and Mike Tisdale, some of the head TOs that have been there the longest outside of Charles. Those are the three that did MCP the first year, and they've been there every year since at Adepticon. So we had a great talk about that, talked about the new venues, how the events went, and what we're excited for. It is you!
That's me. That's you. What's up, Tim Simpson?
All right,
Lowercase Tim.
let's... Uncle Tim.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
Uncle Tim.
Uncle Lowercase Tim. I rolled my thing. I got a crit and 2 hits.
Tom, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter.
That's good, Dr. D. I don't know if you can hear those redemptions coming through Charles, but Dr. D's was, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter. To Peter Qual. I'm going to go tinkle and make a new beverage. And I'll be right back. What can we afford? Anything? Not really. Okay. I'll be right back soon.
Hey Tim, I was looking forward to how great this great stream was going to be since we continue to find ourselves in this position of greatness where you play a game that the rest of the great world has given up on. To celebrate, I bring a joke. Walking home last night, I passed a slice of apple pie.
Hey, Dr. D, host of
You owe all
Erecting.
of your success to me. Therefore, you must suffer a joke. I lost Kara's audiobook before I could hear the whole thing, and now I'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. All right. Don't hate it.
Let someone's Pat. Sure, let's kill it. Let someone's Pat.
How about that? I think that fixed it. Yeah, I'm getting a wiggly line. I think you can hear me. Okay, sweet. So,
You trying to ruin our friendship too?
listen, I'm just on here trying to get as many feet pics as I can before you can stop me, all right? Give me the game! Give it to me! All right, so I don't know how to set up the camera thing. Looks like he's about to do it. But we were painting a Corgo yesterday. And we're actually almost done. We might be able to finish it. That'd be really cool. It's rare for me to finish anything. But it goes to show you that with enough time and effort, you too can be useless.
I can't believe you said that about Tim. Oh, I can guarantee there's been worse.
Okay, so, I think I'm in the right spot here. All right, so this is what we were painting yesterday. It's like a little Corgo wizard. It's a great little model I found it at Adepticon. I don't know what it's from or anything, so please don't ask. We painted quite a bit of it. We were working on the fur a little bit. Pretty much all that's left is this lantern. For the most part, everything else is painted. I taught you guys how to do a little bit of like liquid in a vial yesterday. I'm sure nobody was paying attention to that. That's fine. I'm used to it. I'm used to just yelling into the void. So what hopefully today we'll be able to do the lantern and a little OSL. And then we got to do the red gems. All right, so we're gonna paint some little rubies real quick, or some other kind of red, maybe a garnet, whatever. So I got here dark crimson, which was from Matt Sekwish. I don't know how to say his name, but it's a pretty great dark red. I use it for lots of different stuff. I use it for skin. Use it for lots of like dark red stuff. Yeah, he really should. He should. I told him what he did last summer, and he didn't want to believe me. So on his little necklace thing, there are little gemstones that we're just gonna paint real fast. All right, sweet. I don't have a very good red. So we're going to improvise a little bit, so I'm going to use this orange red from Rogue Hobbies. Also pretty good paint. Just going to get a little bit out because with this stuff we don't need a whole lot of paint. Put a little liquid in there. And again, I'm going to take a little bit of the old color, just the tiniest amount, grab lots of the new color, really just mix it in. Just to tie it in. And then I do like the brush. If you have a problem with that, I don't care. And when you are painting a gem, what you want to do is you want to aim for, I always like to aim for the bottom right and the top left corner, because the way light moves through, I don't want to say rounded objects per se, but anything not flat, especially with an object that changes the way light movement works, you have to kind of switch it up a little bit. And it's a little small to show you much of anything. So just keep working at it, and then again take a little bit of the color. Tiny bit of the previous color, mix it in. It's always best to paint with your best friends surrounding you, not talking to you. Good. It's good for engagement. Yeah, you're welcome, Dan. Okay, so then whenever you do a gem, because I did the green one yesterday, you want to put some white in there because of the way, again, the way light refraction works. As you can see with that green one, if you put that white there, it gives it a... No, I haven't. Hey, listen, it's called Dire Need Chiropractic. Dire Need Chiropractic. Yes. All right, then you take a little bit of that white, get as much off as of your brush as possible, and then you just kind of hit the bottom of it, maybe with like a spot or two. You can just poke it real tiny. It does not have to be big. This is one of those situations where less is definitely more. And again, this thing's angled a little bit. So I go in there and I boop. As you can see, not super clearly anyway. Just a little too dark. Either way, whatever, just believe me. You don't have to, I don't care. And then with that white, I'm gonna just perk up some of the fuzz. And again, like I was saying yesterday, thankfully when it comes to fur, you don't have to be perfect just because of the fact that animal fur design is never a perfect business. He might be having a stroke. And again, when you're putting this white on there, when you're doing the fur, just kind of slap it in there. You don't have to be super clean on this because, again, it's imperfect. So, like, if it has an uneven textureness to it, it might actually make it look more like fur. So, in a way, it might actually work to your benefit. Make sure you paint a little nub. As a corgi owner, it's very important that you always consider the nub. A little tail nub. What occasions is less, not more? Violence. Oh god. Anyway, okay, so we could perk up the black just a tiny bit. I love blue black. Blue black is probably one of the best things. Yeah, I'll probably finish it at home when I do the base. So blue black, one of the best things that Monument Hobbies makes. It's probably one of my favorite colors. I'm just going to do his nose real quick. Dog noses are usually black. So you just kind of tap top of his nose. You could do a little bit of his eyes just to give it a little depth. Maybe smooth it out just a tiny bit. And then whatever color lantern you want to do, if anything, I'll do black, actually, because it's easier, because it keeps the palette small. So again, you want to kind of aim where you want that light. Now remember, we're coming from over here. There's the light coming from this direction. So anytime you take the paint, you want to paint it on the spot, and you want to drag it towards that light source. Obviously, you don't want to paint the area where the light is coming out, because that's where we're going to paint light. You silly. Big silly man. CEO of Professional Casual, sitting next to me, smoking a cigar, counting all of his money. Cool. And then what I usually do with my blacks, again, if you could actually read the blog posts about this, me painting blacks. I take Lothern Blue, which I've used this so much that I've got so much overspray on these bottles for the ones that are almost always available. So you take some of that, you just slap it right there, and you just start mixing it in. And you just start slapping that paint in there. Again, you can kind of do stuff with the eyes. With chibi stuff, you have the opportunity to do a little bit more with eyes if you really want to, just because of the fact that it takes up more real estate than like a tinier model. And again, just start to like refine where the light's coming from, pick on edges. It ain't gotta be perfect. Especially when it's not something like you're painting for like a competition or whatever, you just kind of get the paint in there.
0 hungover. Just like yesterday. I was definitely also not hungover yesterday.
Because believe it or not, you can actually paint for fun. I don't remember the last time I've done that. Every time I start doing it, somebody kicks into my house and is like, "Will you pray me an army for an event, Dylan?" And I'm like, "What is wrong with your voice? Holy crud." So, yep, top of the nose. Mixing in just a little bit more and more of this blue. Just to give it some depth. Really hard to see. It's very subtle, but believe me, it's there. And then I take some of that blue. We're going to probably have this be more of just like a pure blue. So again, just mixing it just a tiny bit. Go in there. Give it some highlighting. And again, whenever you have a texture, the more stark contrast you have on it, the more of a glossy type object it is. So if you want, maybe not glossy, maybe glossy is not the right word, but like a shininess to it. So like with a metal, if you have the highlight and the shade really close, it kind of illustrates a sheen, like a metallic sheen to it. I don't recommend you work in a space where the paint will dry on the brush within seconds of you putting it on there, but, you know. Sometimes you got to work with what you got.
Too bad he missed it.
Okay, so the nose is hard to see. But if you look at the lantern, you can see that I'm giving it a little bit of that depth. Not so much on that side because the light's not going to be hitting it, and it's also a little bit in shade. That's okay. And there you go. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some real dirty OSL. So that's object source lighting. I'm always amazed that I don't explain what that is first because I just assume people know what it is. So what you want to remember is that when you come with light, you have to remember that the light source is going to be the brightest part. So what happens is when you paint something like a candle or a campfire, you have to remember that the heat source is the center of the light. So the brightest part of a light is going to be the opposite of what you would do with everything else. So like you're going to start with the brightest color and you're going to work from out into the darkest because you have to start from the center and you got to work your way out. How you do that can kind of depend on who you are as a painter. The way I like to do it is I will take the bright color first and then I'll kind of work it in. So in this case, since it's going to be like a lantern light, I'm going to do Phalanx yellow because it's nice bright yellow. If anything, I can try out Bismuth, which is the new one by Rogue Hobby. I haven't actually opened this one yet, so it's a newer one, so I'll give it a shot. And then you have to remember that the darker parts of it are probably going to be like a black, but that's for like a campfire. So when it comes to something like a lantern, my model got a bunch of white on it somehow. Let me fix that. So in this case, if you look at this model, on top of his head, a bunch of white got on there somehow. So I'm just going to take a diluted color that I was using before, and I'm just going to kind of cover it. And what this does is it might make it just kind of blend on in like it was a part of the paint job in the first place. No harm, no foul. Okay. So what part of the paint goes on start from the beginning? Okay, yeah, sure. So when it comes to a light source, in this case, it's going to be yellow because we're going to do like a regular like lantern yellow. So I guess I'm going to use my Scrag Brown. Of course, Scrag Brown, gotta be there. I'm going to base coat the inside of the lantern. I don't think this bottle is going to survive the flight back. That's okay. And so, Scrag Brown, GW color. I use it for like all my browns. It's one of the best things they've ever made. And then on the inside of the cell, I guess you call it like a cell of the lantern. You're just going to color that in. You actually don't really need to worry about like not painting it super clean because we're going to do a little spillage anyway because of the way OSL works. So you just paint those little suckers in. Now, this would be something that would be perfect for like a fluorescent. I did not bring the Monument Hami fluorescent colors. I absolutely do adore them. I think it's weird that there's not a fluorescent blue. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. They'll make it at some point. But I absolutely am a huge fan of them. They're great for things like lightsabers. And for something like this, it'd be great for like a light source. The one under the hat can be real dirty because, again, we're not super worried. And again, this is like pretty imperfect, not a huge deal. I know you guys are here for the shatter point, and me painting like this is not the highlight of your day, I'm sure. But hopefully you learned something. I think I'm a nice guy. Okay, so brown's in there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to want to take your mid-tone. So the mid-tone is going to be, again, like kind of the main source of it. So most of the OSL effect that you do is going to be with the mid-tone. I can't see who just followed. Whoever did. I appreciate it. As soon as I find out, I'll thank you. What are they doing? Okay, so mid-tone. So in this case, I probably wouldn't do a yellow quite this bright on the very first go, but you know what? It's a cartoon model, so it's fine. So I'm just going to scoop out a little bit of that Phalanx yellow. In this case, these colors are pretty close. This one's a little bit brighter, so I will just highlight it with that. So I guess this is going to be the mid-tone. I'll mix in a little bit of that Scrag Brown just to give it a little tie-in. And what you're going to want to do when you paint something like this is you're going to want to start from the center of the cell, because if you imagine what a lantern looks like, the candle's going to be like a little bit in the middle. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the brush and you're just going to want to dab in there. And again, it's not perfect. Light is a always constantly moving thing. So there's really no like egregious errors you can do here. And you're going to want to color in like the center of the cell. And you're going to want to leave the darkness in the edges of it just to give it the feeling of like a moving light. And you could even stipple this. So you take a brush and you just kind of poke. And what you'll notice is that it will give it like a darkness on the edges. And I would probably do like 2 or 3 coats of this and just make sure you just keep hitting the center of it and maybe kind of gradually work your way out just a little bit. Because light works differently than light being like, so like the sun hits you, that the light source is the sun. So the big yellow one is the sun. The big yellow one is the sun. You can make those jokes when Tim's not around. Okay, well somebody followed, I appreciate it. So keep on dabbing. Again, I suggest you paint in a place where the paint doesn't immediately dry. You would think. You would really think. So, just lick the entire palette. Okay, so now this is going to be the object source lighting, the majority of it anyway. So after you feel secure about yourself and others, make sure the center is nice and yellow. Fearless leaders coming back. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to kind of eyeball where you think the light is going to go. So when you look at the model, it's going to catch probably the edges. Whenever you're doing, is this a good activity? What is? Licking things? I do. I lick a lot of stuff. It usually ends pretty well. But I'm handsome. So anyway, when you are shooting light out, what's going to happen is it's usually going to catch the... yeah, I definitely don't recommend you stare at the sun. What are you laughing at?
The glossy comment.
That's fair. So you're going to think about where the light is coming out. So in this case, it's going to catch the edges of this lantern. It probably isn't going to be a strong enough... It kind of depends on how strong you want the light source to be. But in this case, it's not really going to hit much of the model because of the way the angle of the lantern. But this nice, cool, dark spot under here, we're under the hat, this is a great place to do a little OSL to really make it more interesting. So again, I'm going to use mostly the mid-tone of whatever you're using. So in this case, it's going to be the Phalanx yellow. And I'm just going to catch the edges. And you really don't need... Like, you could be really bad at this. And as long as you keep it light and you don't, like, just super overpower everything, it's going to look cool. So, like, if you have the model down and you're playing with your buddies, you're playing D&D, and they're going to be like, I have a level 17 wizard, and I got a really bad security. And then you put this model down, and they're going to be like, why that's my look real good. What? I'm sad. I'm a wizard and my constitution's so low. It makes me real sad. It makes me every time somebody hits me, I poop my pants. Yeah, Tim is pulling out another cigar. A Cuban. He sure is. So something that you could even do if you really want just a nice, dirty, quick OSLing, what you could do is you could actually put this paint on a dry brush, and you could dry brush it in real kind of thoughtfully. Because if you do too much, it's going to overpower the model, and the light's not going to make a lot of sense. But again, I'm just kind of keeping it to the edges where you know the light's going to hit. And you just kind of put it on there nice and light. And it turns out pretty well. And the more watery it is, just make sure it doesn't flow around like a wash, because then you could get yourself in trouble. All right, so now underneath the hat, where that lantern is, I'm going to start kind of just getting it in there and make it look like light is coming out of it. So again, you want to stick to where the light's going to be the strongest and stick to edges. Because light's going to catch on edges, or at least that's what your eyeballs like to think. And I'll put some on the bedroll. The bedroll, you won't notice a whole lot of it because it is a fairly bright color. But you'll notice if you ever look at people that win Golden Demons and blah, 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 and they do stuff with OSL, they tend to make it so that the light sources are coming from like darker parts of the model because it creates this like insane contrast that's really, really cool. And judges usually eat that up. And I say this as someone who doesn't win a lot of painting contests, so take it with a grain of salt. I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, that's true. Thankfully, funniest person that was formerly in the network is around to tell me these jokes. Because we don't let the bits die. And again, in this case, we actually have to wait for it to dry. When you're doing OSL, you don't want to be too aggressive too quick because it will, it'll start the coffee stain. It does it every time. So if anybody has any questions, I'm willing to answer. I've heard that Dan, similar to Hank Hill, has no butt, which causes low back pain. Boo. How's your cigar, Tim?
Cuban.
Very Cuban. Cubany.
They like press it with a panini press halfway through, and there's sauerkraut and pastrami on it.
That's the weirdest Cuban I've ever. I was gonna say it doesn't sound like a Cuban at all.
I can't read the menu. I don't actually know what's on it. I thought it was quinoa and sprouts or something.
Vietnam.
A toilet bowl, Dan.
What's Tim painting currently? He's in the bathroom doing finger painting, I think. It's weird that they put all the paints there. Something about eggs. Really loves his hard-boiled eggs, he said. Now, if I could get this thing to focus. So there you go. So that's underneath the hat. As you can notice, I'm starting to build up a little bit of like a light that's shooting out onto the back of the hat. Again, super dirty. This isn't like, again, I'm not putting this in a competition. You want to try and make that as smooth as possible. It's easiest to do with nice, like, watered down paint, because eventually it'll make it even. This is glazing. This is something that I would actually consider glazing. And I put a little bit on the bedroll. because again, it's just right there. It's very, very subtle, but you'll notice that, again, in this case, less is more, and the more subtle you are with it, the more that you'll kind of appreciate it. It's one of those things where you kind of hope people don't notice that you're like, they just look at the model and they're like, oh yeah, there's obviously a light source. Why wouldn't there just be color there? Because if you overdo it, then you're going to sell the model short in a lot of ways. Because then it's going to just not look good. So in this case, just kind of keep working at it, keep picking away. And just refine as you go. And again, if I was doing this for like a contest, I might go in there with like a little bit of the other color, clean up some of the OSL. But in this case, it's just kind of like just get paint on the model. It doesn't really matter. Because it don't matter. None of this matters. As a great man once said to me. One of the saddest people I know bought me a Carl t-shirt. Something funny over there?
No, I found out there's boba in there. That's what I was choking on.
Yeah. You thought that was pulp?
Yeah, I don't know. I put all sorts of weird stuff in my drinks.
All right, so we're going to take a little bit of this bismuth. The bismuth. I'm going to give him the biz. Slip it on out there. This is a little bit more of a icy type yellow. Again, make it a little more on the watery side. Thankfully, Monument Hobby paints are some of the best, so they're already pretty well, pretty much airbrush ready, almost right out of the pot, which is incredible. So then you're gonna do the exact same thing. You're gonna take some paint and you're gonna start slapping it in the middle of the light source, and then you're gonna refine the light coming out of it, and you're just gonna make that spot real tiny, so that it doesn't. So it looks like there's a variety, I guess, a variation in the tone of the yellow, so that it looks like there is a active light source. And when you do this, you always want to make sure that it's closest to the model color, the heat source in this case, whatever the light source is. So whenever you shoot it out onto like a surface, make sure it's the part that is closest to the model itself. I have tried the Adepticon paints. I actually have them right here. For the Adepticon spray team, which is one of the reasons why when you go to the event, they have terrain in the first place. They get a bunch of people together, and they all sit in a single bathtub, and they just start painting. It's weird. The bathtub part's weird, but
it honestly prevents messes and also spiders from leaving.
That's true. The paints that I've used are the satin black. I used that yesterday a little bit. Pretty good. I didn't have an opportunity to use as much as I wanted because I'm scared if I use it, it's just going to dry on the palette. I'm not going to be able to use a whole lot of it. And there's not a lot of black on this model, so I didn't get a full use out of it, but from the little bit I did use for his nose and the black parts of the skin. Yeah, okay, just ask that question. It's very, very good. I was a big fan of it. I have used the advanced flesh tone. The shadow, I think it's advanced shadow flesh tone. Good paint for Vader. Yes, I do. Now, I painted a Vader. What you'll notice is that if you paint a Vader, you're going to want that black to be pretty dark so that the rest of the things you do are going to really, like, highlight. I didn't paint your Vader. That's very true. I think some guy in Hawaii has it. Oh, he doesn't have it. Okay. I will say, Shatterpoint models... All right, that makes sense. Shatterpoint models are usually kind of hit or miss on me. Like, some of them I just straight up really enjoy painting, and then some of them just like, ugh. Like Luke was great, because Luke was simple. He was wearing black, green lightsaber. It was like, boom, 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 bam. Finished him in like one sitting. Vader was fun, because, again, it's like mostly black, and you get to like make variations in the different tones of the black and stuff. Like, that's a lot of fun. That kind of stuff I really enjoy. Lots of just like monotonous detail work. I'm just like, I don't care. The Ross dress for less has great weapon. That's good.
And they don't charge a whole ton for it either.
Not
which is
on
nice.
Deadline. Oh, gosh.
The Satin Black's the one I hear the most people talking about. Have you tried this Bright Shadow Flesh yet?
Yes. That's the only other one I've used. That one's good. I've used that when I was painting. I think it was some Soviets, some bolt-action Soviets, and I used it for the skin. It's pretty good. I was actually pleasantly surprised. I have my own skin recipe that I usually always use. Also an article in PCN blogs if you're ever curious. If anybody would like to read those. Those I did a little while ago. I am planning on doing did I do Caucasian skin?
Yes.
I didn't do darks. I didn't do like African American skin or like Latino skin, which I will get to at some point. That Bill can. That's true.
It's a machine now that does it for me. I don't do any of my own work.
So I will get to those eventually. Work has been very strange. I haven't had as much free time as I thought I would in my life right now, but I'll get to it. White is right now. I'm working on a NMM gold with the new Flame On paints. That's probably going to be the next one, and then after that, I'm probably going to do white because I've had a lot of people ask me how to paint white for stuff like Emma, stuff like that. And again, right now, we're just kind of refining. So one of the things that you want to make sure you do when you do OSL and all that, you want this to be like the last thing you do. Answer was shocking. Oh, God. It's always good to be caught in the middle of a war zone.
I think it can only be used from range 4 away.
War zone? Mm-hmm. What is that?
I think Punisher
That's
is
Punisher, yeah.
Yeah, blowing.
That's War
Blowy up stuff move.
Zone. Yeah, that is War Zone because his comic was called War Journal. Okay. Oh, Cap. Not even a debate. Stark is scum. So there. Starting to look like a light source. Looks pretty good. And I did that in like 10 minutes, if that. It's great. So now, as the last part of it, I'm going to add a little bit of white, just to make it so that the hot spot looks hot. Hot. Again, mix it in with that yellow, just to kind of keep it in line with the rest. Give it a little water, because otherwise it'll completely disappear in this room. Again, tap the very, very middle of the light source. This one you might not even use for OSL, unless you have like a really guided use for it. And if you are, you're only putting it on the tippy tips of where it's touching. But you definitely want this to be like the hottest spot of the light. So Paris Hilton would be like so hot right now. And again, when you're poking this in here, it does not have to be perfect. Because I'm not perfect. I'm a flawed human being.
You should enter the Worthy next year and try not to get disqualified.
That's a good idea. I wasn't disqualified last year, like I was the year before. I got mentioned by Dallas on the stream because I did the Elektra and Daredevil fighting hand ninjas one. If anybody did see that, that was me. I did not place, but admittedly, I had a lot going on. I painted a lot of stuff for Adepticon. Holy butts! I painted a lot. And then after that, this model's pretty much done, except for the base, which I'll get to. Probably when I get home. I'll probably put them on just like a little grassy base because that's easy. But there you go. We did it. We painted a single model in the free time we had. Actually, you know what? There's one other thing I probably want to do. his eyeballs. Because you got chibi effect here, what you can do is you can put like an iris like light reflection in the eyeball. If the brush would. Kind of similar to a gem, actually. It's like a window. There you go. Oh, okay. Well, I can't see the thing anymore. They're too busy doing the reason they came here. Playing some game called MCP.
It's actually MCP.
MCP. There you go. So I put some like white dots in the eyeballs. You can't see it. I promise it's there, though. And there you go. That's essentially a finished model. If I wasn't forced to like work around the schedule for this show, this would have taken me like, oh god, like an hour or two, and boom, finished model.
Like total from start to finish?
Yeah, I'd say so. Probably safe to say about an hour or two. So like this would be great for like a D&D thing. So like you're playing with your kids or whatever.
Yeah.
You paint for this for your kid, you hand it to them, they'll be like, "Wow, Dad, I don't hate you anymore. I don't want to go see Weekend Dad," you know. Or something. And you're cool. I really like you. And
you're almost as cool as Gary.
Yeah, Gary's really cool. He gives me $100 bills and lets me shoot guns at the neighbors. And so. You want to be as cool as Gary. I mean, we all do, for sure. Gary owns a lot of guns.
He does.
And he likes to sit outside your house on that park bench looking at you. Mm-hmm. And that's fine. And then maybe if you were to paint him a little doggy Corgo model, you could give it to him and maybe he would go pester somebody else.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would actually probably get him to refer to you by your name instead of the kid.
Yeah. And shaving his face with a Bowie knife every single time you're talking to him.
Yeah. No shaving cream either, which is kind of a real flex.
Wild. It's like the guy from The Predator, the black guy, who's like dry shaving with a razor.
Yeah.
In the middle of wherever they were. I think it was South America that movie takes place. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so there you go. That's a finished model. I'll probably post a picture of it in the PCN Discord when I finish it so that everybody will be like, "Why did you paint that, you stupid idiot?" And I'll be like, "Wow, that wasn't nice." Mm-hmm. And then I'll tell them I'm sad. And then I'm going to poop my pants.
All right, so, guys, pairings are up for the finals here. This is a huge match. Massive match, some might say. We have Danger. We have the Danger Room folks, Mike DeLuca, Lucas Sheik, Timeline champion, and
what is so funny?
I keep having funny things said in my ear, and it makes me giggle and it makes me laugh. But we have Nathan's Angels right here from not Niles, Illinois, but probably somewhat close to it, with Alex Botts. With Alex Botts, Vincent Kirchhoff, and Pat going up against All Grip, All Rip, or Grip It and Rip It with Lucas Sheik, Sooner, and Mike DeLuca. This is an awesome match. This is going to be fantastic. I'm very excited for this. They're going to be choosing tables and stuff now. They're going over who's going to be playing what, where, and why. And this will decide the first winner of the squad goals. Here, once again, run by Alfredo's Size 3 Taco Truck. Also, make sure to check out Vincent Kirchhoff on YouTube, just at Vincent Kirchhoff. I'm sure they will be doing a bunch of content about this. We're very excited for these. These are incredible players at the top of their game. They're all just actually super dope people. It was very fortunate to have met Lucas Sheik in person this past year at Adepticon. We kind of had an overwhelmingly positive experience, which is kind of the experience that Adepticon provides, just kind of nonchalantly. Mike DeLuca, obviously a regularly top contender at pretty much any event he shows up to. Sooner, we didn't get to see at Adepticon this year, so it's very excited to see him this year as well. I got to meet him at NashCon the first year I went, and it was an absolutely great time. Kirchhoff we see everywhere, constantly on the stream table because he's a high performer. Alex Botts and Pat as well. I actually don't know if we've had Pat on stream before, but yeah, should be Dopers McGopers.
I will say, it's funny that he's high performing because people have said I am high functioning all the time.
They do. That is kind of a tagline. Like, if you were in Star Wars Shatterpoint and you provided you know, benefits to other models, high functioning probably would be that tag.
Sure. Yeah, I think so.
Haven't tasted them yet, but I'm sure they hold up to the Monument standard, probably even exceed it.
I'm not sure if anybody listens to Arachne, but I usually make the joke. Don't eat Monument paints.
Why are they? They're not toxic, right?
I guess we could try it. If we die by the end of it, I guess that's a good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Monument bomb.
Well, there we go. I think this is the first time we've had Pat on stream. It looks like we're going to have Sooner as well.
Do you have a knife? I'm just trying to prevent a catastrophe on the plane.
Yeah.
Hey, Tizzy, do you have a knife? Do you have a knife? I'll be right back.
All right, just had to get some tools. I'm out here for the stream table, but this should be pretty stellar. I mean, we've said it a whole bunch of times already, but it really can't be understated, kind of the level of play that's going to be happening between these two teams. Looks like Alex Box is going to be going up against Mike DeLuca at one of the other tables, and Kirchhoff against Lucas Sheik as well at table 3 for them. All right, we got a priority roll, it looks like. Pat is going to have that, so that is going to be priority with Nathan's Angels. A huge shout out to both of these teams as well. I had put in the team names a little bit ahead of time, and they just happened to choose the sides that were most convenient for me. They are taking a look right now at their extracts and secures. It does look like we are going to be using Pat's extracts, Sooners and secures. All right, Researcher and Infinity. So I believe they're going to be deciding between, I think, 16 and 17? 17, 15. Oh, that's right, Researcher at that 15 point. Fun that this tie was in the final round. And we are going to be at 17 prep. Which is a good spot for X-Force. Some might even say I'll get the screen updated to reflect that, not by giving victory points like I just did, but by changing the affiliation tag. We'll also try to make the grip it and rip it a little bit bigger as well. This is actually super cool. We've gotten Sooner on stream twice during this event here in Niles, Illinois, as Taylor would say. And Pat, I believe, is running, looks like, is he X-Force as well? Okay, an X-Force off. Someone's going to be X-Forced into not winning. And they are, in fact, going to stay on their table sides. X-Force versus X-Force. I think this was one of the finals from Adepticon this past year in the Timeline event, because we saw a lot of X-Force there. It's a very popular affiliation for Timeline, and as the 3x3 team tournament format is actually kind of like spreading out a Timeline event amongst 3 people, where you can't repeat models, crisis cards, or tactics cards. You'll see a lot of every one of the teams kind of cleaving to at least one of the same affiliations, whether it's X-Force, we've seen a lot of Web Warriors, we saw a convocation earlier this weekend, which is always a dope thing to see. Can you kind of eat those like a peach ring when you pull those out?
There you go.
I mean, I'm not going to.
Just because you're a baby?
Because I have pain diabetes, but just kind of got to roll with that sometimes. It's an X-Force. X-Force Mirror, the final stream game we want and deserve. I mean, Joe, that is 1,000% accurate. and at 17 threat as well, which is a great spot for them. X-Force kind of being able to flex a little bit on both sides, whether you're going to be focusing on some of the more tankier characters, Crimson Dynamo, or you're going to be going with kind of a straight-up, somewhat squishy, fast-healing murder squad with Deadpool, X-23, Honey Badger, Baron Zemo, etc.
Tour de Bleu.
Tour de Bleu.
Tour de Bleu.
And it looks like Pat actually kind of has an interesting X-Force roster here. I see Colossus, I see Dr. Voodoo, Baron Zemo, Honey Badger, a bunch of great stuff there, and that kind of counter opposes to Sooners, who doesn't have some of those pieces, but does have a couple flex pieces like Crimson Dynamo, Luke Cage, Bullseye, Ancient One, which is a very interesting one to see. So they could really kind of go. So this will be a mirror match in X-Force, but they should have pretty dissimilar rosters that actually come to the table themselves. It's a tour to X-Force. That's right.
Tour de Bleu.
Tour de Bleu.
Tour de Bleu.
It's going to take me a long time to get through all that.
Charles! I just read that comment. Hey, Tizzy, Charles is disappointed that you didn't have a knife. He says he thought he knew you better.
I thought I had one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I've always seen you with a knife.
No, in my hand.
Oh, in your...
Why did you bring one? Already one there.
I don't know why he's just not using mine. I obviously gave it to him. But...
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. All right. It's going to be good to go back home. Not have to deal with weekend dads fighting.
Yeah, here's the good news now. You're going to get 2 Christmases, which is actually pretty
true.
dope. So
That's true.
Neither did I.
Oh, my God. I can't even concentrate keeping the thing on my head.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? What is that supposed to mean?
You can't even keep the thing on your head. Sorry for being supportive. Very thin and sharp. Yeah. That's how you get the job done. All right, so I believe Sooner will be back sooner than later, taking a brief respite in the glorious broken bathrooms of this abandoned mall, which is pretty much any stall you want to pass. Oh, and there's a hydrate from Roster Doctor.
Still don't have any liquid.
You have a paint cup right there, bud.
Spit in my mouth. Coke.
What do you want?
Coke. Just keep the caffeine flowing so I have a kidney stone.
Is Pepsi okay?
Yeah, Pepsi. Yeah, Pepsi's fine. Whatever.
No!
I can't work under these conditions.
I wish I had enough points to get y'all to vomit from excessive water drinking. I don't know. Do you have
Thank you.
499 points? Because sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, we just had 19 of them.
Pepsi is not fine.
All right, here's the makeup for the hydrate.
Oh, pinky up. There you go.
Purse first. It'd be amazing if you get that reference.
I was listening.
Purse first.
Purse first.
Purse first. Drag queen.
That's my purse.
That's my. I don't know you.
I don't know you.
I don't know you. Those kids would be very upset if they knew how to read.
All right. Sooner slapping a roster on the table.
So-
Pat is ready too.
In other game news, Bushido just recently had another model come out who works for the sumo wrestlers in Silver Moon, and his new ability, he has an ability that no other model has. It's called Pocket Sand,
Really like that.
and you got to go sha.
All right, let's take a look at. Let's see what Pat has here for his roster. Looks like I see Cable, Deadpool, X-23, Domino, and Baron Zemo, 3-threat version. And then for tactics cards, I'm sure we have pretty sneaky Seus right on top. Sacrifice, Brace, Exceptional Healing. What was the second to last one?
His name is not Dale, no. It should be.
Pretty sneaky. Brace, exceptional healing.
We'll look up his name right now.
Cat and Mouse, that was the one. And then over for Sooner, it looks like we have X23, Deadpool, Bullseye, Cable, and Crimson Dynamo. As far as tactics cards go, we are looking at Brace, Fallback, Cat and Mouse, Sacrifice, and Exceptional Healing.
To answer your question, his name is Kenichi Gemu. Pocket
No,
sand.
it's good. It did look like an earthquake for a hot minute for a second. I was like, what's going on? But it is good. Fan value time is his
Neil. Oh, is there another hydrate that I missed?
But,
Why am I in charge of this?
huh?
Why am I in charge of this?
Because you're getting better at this all the time, man.
You know what else I get better at? Complaining.
That's true. It's one of the big things that is of a value here. But
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? These are the conditions we got to. You know what? You got to deal with what you get. You got to deal with the hand that you get.
I got what I got, LOL.
Oh, man. So, hey, in this video, Dr. D is the best at what he does. Come on, yeah, you darn
Best
tootin'.
there is in what I do.
Listen.
Not pooping my pants.
Never poo my pants. So, let me tell you something. When you're going through life, oh God, hold on.
Okay, cool.
Hey, can I have your sunglasses? I gotta go blind.
Hey, Cord.
Thank you. You gotta be rooting.
It's also
You gotta be
Cable's
tooting.
nickname.
And by God, you gotta be shooting.
That's right.
But most of all, be kind.
So,
X23.
for Sooner, we do have Crimson Dynamo dead center, and it looks like a
Cable is down.
Cable going right above him. Over on Pat's side, we have X23 as well as Deadpool.
And if somebody's talking to me in the chat, I legit cannot see you.
07. Thanks,
Can't
Cord.
see a thing. It is dark.
Did
All
you think?
black.
Did you think Hull 2 Harpoon?
I sure do. What?
Did you think Hull 2 Harpoon?
I did not. Because I can't see his name.
Oh, it's Hull 2 Harpoon. Thank you for the follow. Hull 2 Harpoon.
Thank you, Cthulhu Harpoon.
Got it in one.
There's Domino. Gotta love her.
Domino. Orders usually in 30 minutes.
Bullseye's
Get
down.
10 pizza points every time you play her.
Domino is definitely a X-Men wine mom.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yep. Baron Zemo.
Bullseye down there at the bottom of the board for Sooner, and then he is going to place his Deadpool right on top.
Deadpool.
And there's Cable, hanging out with his best friend, Baron Zemo.
I look like a spook. Like the CIA spook.
Oh, like an undercover cop.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Not like the other one. A ghost. Spooky ghost.
I will not let you forget because I will.
X23 is down.
X23 and Bullseye also fast friends. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, the
They
other
moved
kind
it-
of
Yeah,
spook.
they separated a little bit.
The car part.
A spoke?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I said.
or like bespoke post.
Or the other kind of spook. The past tense for spoken.
Oh yeah, that's
Spook.
that's also spoke.
Spook. No, I'm from Florida, bud. That's how you say it down there.
I gotcha.
Cat and mouse out.
All right, yeah, cat and
Yeah,
mouse
Nathan.
for move Cable up. You know what? Sooner's like, yeah, I wish I did that sooner, but in fact, I'll do it now with his own cat and mouse. Except he's actually going to be on a researcher base.
Kevin Pollak. I'm gonna look up a picture of Kevin Pollak right now.
Roster Doctor. I've never seen that emote before, but it's... Is that Stitches? I've heard particular people get Stitches.
Do you care if he uses dice for power and damage?
I don't care as long as his opponent's okay with it.
As long as they're cool with it. As long as they're cool with it. His opponent, like he can read it. As long as he's cool with it, we don't care. Yeah. If one person on the internet has a problem with it too, we're gonna have to flip the table.
Yep.
Spray and pray.
Spray and pray. Pray and spray. He is not cool. No word on whether he's with it. Double X Force cable confirmed best leader. Otis got it in one. Got it in one.
Oh, okay, we're back. Yeah, I think you might have sat on it. That's not what I was gonna say. Listen, it deactivated in my pocket, and that's just because that's where I store all my my fruit roll-ups.
And
or
honor
brain
is
wrinkles
intact.
or whatever.
Clock is on.
All right, and we're on.
In the words of Judge Mills Lane, let's get it on.
Both of these players are very good. They have both spent a numerous amount of hours in basements with people shackled to the wall where they forced them to play many hours of MCP.
Mm-hmm.
One of them's even a doctor.
One of them even is a doctor. Sooner, by the way, when I first met him at my first NashCon, dude has an incredible heat tolerance for food.
You know, walking. He's got a tolerance for what?
Heat, like food, like he. We went to this Nashville
He's
hot
from
chicken
Texas,
place.
right?
Yeah,
I mean, dude, it's
and
hot.
he was like,
it's hotter than Satan's butt crack.
well, that was the flavor of hot sauce he got. I'm pretty certain on his Nashville hot chicken sandwich, and he swallowed the thing. 2 bites.
Man,
no water. He was like, send it back. I don't need any drinks.
Would you say he's undefeatable?
I do, and that is Deadpool moving up to that infinity, and then Pat will be like, well, I'll have Domino do it too. I'll show you.
Here comes Domino. Yep.
Nashville is not hot. Not in the winter. They have great license plates, though.
Is it Nashville is for lovers?
I think so. Bullseye on the Infinity formula as well. Domino looking at some ranges on a Bullseye. Bullseye looking like he is in fact going to double move onto that Infinity.
Your name.
And he'll be activated.
Get along. Kenny Chesney, for anyone out there.
It's Kenny Chestnut.
Kenny, shut up, Dr. Mario.
It's Kenny X23 moving to that back resurger.
We're going to get cease and desisted from my excellent cover.
Yeah, probably. That's the thing, is it was too close to the rig.
so close. Me mumbling.
And she is going to double move, similar to her best friend Bullseye.
Moving.
To be within range 1 of that Infinity. Everyone's going to get a little bit of power. And there we are. That is going to be Pat's pool.
Deadpool and a movie.
And Deadpool and Domino, honestly, fast friends.
DD.
DDP, actually.
Yeah.
Domino Deadpool.
It's true.
Big fan of Marvel Crisis Protocol. Also, Diamond Dallas Page.
He's a bit of a wild card.
Bit of a wild card. Loves yoga. Hot yoga.
And he has a boat.
Diamond Dallas Page has a boat?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how much you've been wanting one of those.
I mean, for real. There's Crimson Dynamo moving up to grab a taco from the taco truck.
I want to eat. I don't know what Russians sound like, sorry. I want to eat a taco. Maybe squats. Listen to techno music.
Those Adidas tracksuits, honestly, are just kind of next level.
Absolutely love them. So one of the best parts about being in this kind of sphere, right, is you get a lot of cool friends from like lots of different places.
Yeah.
And in the Infinity community, if he's listening to this, we absolutely love him. He's actually from
Infinity.
Russia.
Oh.
Like very close to post-Soviet Union Russia. Mm-hmm. And he actually explained the Adidas tracksuit thing to me. And there's actually a reason that they wear them.
What is it?
It's essentially like during the Cold War, they like shipped them out there or something for like the Olympics. And like ever since then, they've been like, Adidas is like synonymous with quality.
Oh.
because they were the thing they could get like access to. It was.
Yeah.
There's actually a story behind it. You should look it up.
Absolutely, watch a documentary on TikTok about that.
Specifically Adidas. But there is a reason.
Dynamo's so good in X-Force. Yes, he is. Really messes with the optimal way to play Cable. Completely agree.
Yeah, best way to play him is you slide him onto the garbage. Then you pull out Spider-Foes and Spider-Man.
It's about the X-Force, Spider-Man.
Sometimes you got to go up the cable booth.
And sometimes it's not about winning the game, Cable. It's about the Mets.
It's about the Mets. Let's go
Come on,
Mets.
baby. Let's go to Mets. Body sliding Cable. Trying to be like famous Mets player.
Body slide Brown. And we are going to get an attack here. Looks like only one, but he has the X-Force reroll and he will convert it. Looks like
3
two
damage.
going, 3 going through, even better. It's like reverse cover.
Thank you, Lat-Ratty?
Lat Ratty. It's a rat that works on his lats.
I don't know him.
I don't know you.
Don't know you.
All right, we're getting something else here from the other side. Looks like Cable into other Cable, probably, with a telekinetic shield.
Was that Cable on the other Cable?
1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay, Cable.
5 on the attack, and 2 on the defense. So that's going to be enemy Cable taking 3.
Stop hitting yourself.
Oh, that was the second attack.
Yep.
So that is an incinerated Sooner Cable with 3 damage on him. And guess where he's going? He's going to be like, wow, body sliding seems pretty cool. I guess I'll try it too.
Wow.
He might not be within that range 3 to get his super rerolls. Ooh, he might. He's got a big base and round thing in your face. You'll get ignited.
Sometimes you get lit.
And he's going to have a whole bunch of extra power about it.
Maybe they should kiss about it.
Maybe they should kiss about it.
Yeah.
I don't think that base is big enough. He might only get one shot. One chance, one opportunity.
Mom spaghetti.
Is he going to take it, or is he going to let it body slip by 2? Now Kith. Dr. Norbert! Hey, man! Thank you for the sub. I really appreciate that, sir.
What's up, chaps?
We are getting some team stream coverage practice.
I brought some chapstick. You need some?
So we can get ready for the WTC later this year.
This is the problem with PCN. I offered to help him, and then he laughed at me.
What's that?
I just offered you chapstick, and then you laughed at me.
Do you have chapstick? Yeah, I'll take some.
I do. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, boy. But WTC later this year in October in Copenhagen, Denmark. You can check out, I believe it is WTCMCP.com.
Yeah, boy.
What flavor is it?
Cool Ranch.
Okay, I don't like Cool Ranch.
So I did all that for the bit.
Yep, and I won't even eat it. 42 teams, hell yeah.
Hey, one who will never be named, he had 2 knives. Now he's got none.
I think I can post that. That should do it. Let's double check the link working. Nope, that site can't be reached. I'll get the right one in there.
Shooting in the cable.
There we are. Boom. So this is who into who?
Cable into cable. Yeah, cable into cable.
Gotcha. So it looks like blocking 2 and shooting for 5. Defensive reroll works. So 1 damage. And incinerate.
I'm assuming happening again. Yep. No shield on that one.
Oh, good defense rolls here.
Yep.
We're showing 2. Sooners cable showing 4 currently. Rerolling everything, converting 2 of them. Yeah, that's going to be 6 into 2. 4 damage on cable.
Damage on cable.
The defensive reroll? Nope. Oops, nothing.
Not convert. Cable took 6 total.
So that's cable at 2 left, I think, or maybe just 1.
Double check.
I think he's outside of medium away, so he's not going to be able to throw something in to finish him off. Can't wait for WTC. Heck yeah, Beamies.
7 on the front, so I think he's on those.
Yeah, alive on 1 and ignited.
He's 7 and 6. 7 and 7. Man, I always forget how tough he is.
No, he ended up taking 6.
Yeah, he took 4 and then 2. That last one was 2.
Two and then 4. Next one obviously will be 6.
Yeah, really. A straight up overkill.
And that's round 2. What's the score?
They're doing it right now.
Oh, gotcha. Someone have the Longshanks League handy? I certainly do. Boom. Longshanks. Boop.
4 for Grip and Rip, 2 for Nathan's Angels.
There we are. All right, grip it and rip it into an early lead here. Oh, you already did that. It just took a second. Listen. It's not my fault.
Here we go. Here comes the darkness.
For some reason, Ben just put a little bit of lag in there, so I wasn't able to see that. See that update.
That's what happens when you give control of the network to somebody else.
That's true. So, I think that's going to have priority with Pat and Nathan's Angels. And he has a couple kind of great options here, right? So Cable's alive on 1.
Yep.
Getting his activation out and getting some work done regardless of what it is. If he can take out Sooner's Cable before he ends up getting slapped to death, probably not an awful idea. Didn't look like he got the extra power for the Infinity Formula secures, so just trying to do as much damage as he can might be a great way to go here. I'm assuming that that's what this is.
Cable on cable. Yep, cable on cable.
Okay, so he does get the ignite again, even though he's already ignited. 2 rerolls, X-Force reroll, showing 4, blocking 1, 3 through.
Is he going to reroll?
That
I don't think it matters.
It does. So 1 more here would daze enemy Cable, and he will get it.
Does he ignore cover?
If he's within range 3, yes, on his plasma rifle update. So that gets him, I'm pretty certain. Right on the money, I believe. 7. And he's going to shoot into Dynamo.
Okay, into who? Dynamo.
Dynamo. All right, only showing 1.
Yeah, could have been better.
And, yeah.
1 defense? There's 1.
And blank in the skull. Gotcha, Deaton. Yep. He gets the 2 rerolls being a 3. He ignores cover when he uses the X-Force reroll.
Oh, right. It's the... Right. That's the X-Force thing. Right.
And then he is going to body slide by 2 back up to that Infinity Formula.
Body slide away.
And he'll even body slide with his Ignite.
Can you leave that behind?
Very sportsmanlike. Very sportsmanlike.
Good for him. Proving once and for all that Cable, in fact, does not poop his pants.
Could you do an impression of Cable just letting people know that he doesn't poop his pants?
I'm Cable. I'm from the future, and from the future, everybody there poops their pants. That's why I came back in time.
How was that?
It was good.
I think that's how Rob Liefeld, I think that's how he kind of was envisioning that voice.
Yep, that's actually why the pectoral muscles on all Liefeld stuff was so big, was so they could poop their pants better. You really need to be able to, unk that down. But I'm sorry, that was Deadpool moving up. Which one did it?
Deadpool's on research.
Carl, probably not much. I don't think there's an amount of money that we would take to not do that again.
Yeah, there's not an. Yeah, trust me. The bits are strong. And if you get us 3 in the same area, the 2 employed people will definitely heckle at least one of the other employed people.
Just don't like those boba beads. Not a fan.
Why don't you just store them in your cheeks, like nuts? Ah, nuts.
Ah, nuts.
Nuts.
Ah, boba. All right, getting a judge call here to see whether there is line of sight, I believe.
Number
from
12.
Hey, MCP judge. Hey.
So they're asking whether Domino can see Crimson Dynamo. Tim, I want Lucky to commentate the rest of the round. I'll try for a bit. It's going to ruin the finals for anyone that wants to watch it later, which is a little funny.
Into Domino.
So that is good. Yeah,
No, into Dynamo.
They're showing 3 on the attack. Blocking what, 2? Oh, and there's not a convert. That's great. That means it's going to ignore cover, too.
Oh, golly gee.
Ah, nits. That's one hell of a dart.
Have you ate your soup today?
Oh, my broth?
Your broth?
No, I'm still a little bit full from yesterday. I had some ice water. So... And that's going to incinerate. That was a grenade, huh? On Crimson Dynamo. Crimson Dynamo's ignited now. With a damage, too. Testing some ranges on maybe some gun attacks. And it'll be a grenade bounce into bullseye.
Yep, into bullseye.
Showing 1. Tons of fun. Oh, but, there's a skull there. She could crit if she wanted to. And blanking out with 1 black.
I don't want to read comments, Lucky.
What's that? Or does it mean the universe? How many bits to turn this off? I don't know. 2. Abort. Well, shucks. Okay. I'll leave. Bye.
So who's Lucky?
Lucky is a character I play on a Grim podcast of Perilous Adventure. So if you hated that, probably don't check that show out.
Bullseye into Domino.
Bullseye into Domino. Domino's not blocking nothing.
Looking good for Domino there.
I don't know if you knew this or not, but Bullseye never misses.
No.
X-Force reroll is also going to ignore the cover.
Did 2 damage.
If there was any. And that'll be Domino with 2 damage taken. Posture check, sorry, whatever.
I'm immune to posture checks. I'm literally... I do.
Can you do the animated MODOK voice next? I actually haven't watched that. That's Patton Oswalt.
I'm not a dick.
At least I died in Avenger. At least I didn't poop my pants in Avenger. All right, so following up with that, looks like only blocking
doing
1.
It again, by the way. That was against Domino. That was against Deadpool. Or, I'm sorry, into Domino.
Best Avenger. So what does Domino have for damage taken?
Domino has 2. 2 damage total. 4?
4,
Okay,
yeah. 2 and 2. That's how you do. So she's live on 1. Tons of fun. Please AMG, and I want... Oh my gosh, yeah. I was really pulling for him to have the Avengers affiliation. Or a reactive that just says not a dick or something along those lines. He gets 1 victory point when he gets KO'd. And that's going to be a you can't spell legendary without leg day.
We need Brodok.
Yes, we do.
He's an Avenger, actually. He's West Coast.
Brodok?
Yeah, West Coast Avenger for a little while. He's with Kate Bishop.
Just until he turned all his people into monsters.
Banging into bullseye.
All right, gonna bang bullseye and getting 2. He knows 3, but he knows karate. Might be considering using his X-Force reroll here. It is all going to be going through.
Doesn't look like you reroll anything.
Oh, nope.
No, bullseye's dazed. That's fine.
Bullseye is dazed, just straight up. He's thinking about going to X23.
Okay. Contemplating 23.
Shout out to my ex.
Who?
23. All right, showing 2 with a crit.
3.
Make it 3. They're
Goodbye,
small.
dice. Was it good number?
He knows karate.
Probably gonna do the X-Force reroll.
Ooh. Yep, there it is.
Can do
There's
skills.
Force
Oh, look at that.
Whoa.
Gotta love it.
Okay.
Taking 3. On to X23.
Yep.
It rhymed. Only 2.
Yeah, the bottom one must be a block.
Oh, okay. There's a strong glare on those dice.
Yeah.
Tim told me that the blue dice are the ones that are hard to read. I'd argue to say that the red ones are significantly harder to read because of the glare. The blue ones do not seem to be quite as shiny.
Not quite as shiny. The ones we use in the studios, they're matte sprayed.
Yeah. So these aren't your dice.
No.
Okay.
I mean, they are, but
X23 moving.
not the matte ones.
So X23 going right now, probably pretty good, just in case you want to do all our actions before she gets out. Doing Claw Rush into Domino. Claw Rush. And because she'll get the healing factor before she goes down. So
Correct.
Probably a multi-tiered good decision here.
Well, and this is one of those things, I mean, especially if you can get choosing between the 2 different attacks here, right? I think you go with an Adamantium Slash. If you can do that 1 damage, she will have enough to be able to frenzy into Deadpool. And here's the attack. Nope, did do a Claw Rush. Did do the 6.
Yeah, it was definitely a Claw Rush. Because you can still get the frenzy.
Yeah, but sometimes spending too much power. Granted, she just took 5,
only
so she's
2.
going to be flush.
It's only 2,
yeah.
Claw Rush, arguably one of the best spenders in the game. It's very good.
Oh, that's right, Dean. I didn't think about that. Blocking 1. Looks like doing 4, taking 3. Oh, blocking 2 paid for the...
Taking 1.
Paid for the skull. And that's all she needed. Live on 1 means you're going to be done when X23 is around.
Yep, frenzy.
And triggering the frenzy before the medium move.
Well, she's on the point, I think. So she may not even want to move.
Deadpool only rolling 1. But it's a crit. X23 showing 3. 2 go through on Deadpool.
2 on Dead. 2 on Wade.
No Pierce there either, so.
She's got 1 more attack, too. I think. She moved? No, she moved.
No,
Moved,
the
Claw Rush.
move from the Claw Rush is after the attack.
No, I know, but I think, did she have to move into position for that attack? Yeah, so she already moved.
So now she has a short and medium move, if she really wanted to. She can go right back to start. Probably collect like somewhere
$200?
between $100 and $300, yeah. Yeah, 2 is actually probably a pretty good pick for that.
It's right in the middle. A 12th judge call.
And that'll be X23. Take your hand and come with me.
Yep, healing factor. Very important in this case.
And that should bring her back down to what? 2 taken or 1 taken?
She's on 2 health now, X23. For sooner. After the healing factor. Came down to 2. I think she was on 4? Oh, she's all cleared now.
Oh, she's all, okay, even better.
It's hard keeping track when both sides have the exact same team.
It can be. All right, Zemo long moving up.
Walking.
And looks like he's spending 2 on a charge.
Charging. He's
On to the
going
researcher.
for the bonk.
He's going to bonk probably a Dynamo.
More than likely. Dynamo.
There we go. All right, he's a master tactician. Rolling 3 so far with a crit.
Not looking good for old Dynamo here.
It is
Still has
not.
his reroll, of course, which he's probably going to do as long as he's got the power. Yep, going for it. Okay.
Showing 5.
Right now we're sitting
Rerolling
at
2. They both need to get the bleed off it too, which he didn't have before.
13th judge call. That was the X-Force reroll used by Zemo. And both, yeah.
So how much is Dynamo taking? Those 2 glary boys at the bottom can't see.
Zemo's done. How much did he take? Dynamo. 3 on Dynamo.
Okay. 3 into him after titanium armor. Sometimes people stab. Sometimes they go pew pew.
Dynamo was attacking back into Zemo.
Okay. A little bit of laser beam here. All right.
Pretty good roll.
4.
Can you convert? Oh, excellent
Converted
roll.
both, and there's the shock too.
No defense rolls right now.
That's going to be a one-shot Zemo, I think.
Take that, you weird European.
Dynamo or Zemo?
Zemo.
Oh, gotcha.
Dynamo's not European, he's Russian.
Is Russia not in Europe?
No, Ivan Starkovich is from... Zemo's down. Ivan Starkovich is from just on the other side of the Urals.
The Urals?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
That's what you do in the bathroom.
I've heard the Urals cakes are actually pretty good.
Yeah, they're good. They're very tasty.
Yeah.
They're made by the babushkas.
Mm-hmm.
And they some attractive babushkas.
So that was laser 1. Looking at potentially getting a second laser at Pat's Deadpool. And he will. What's more frustrating than a failed 4-strength Bang Bang is a 3-strength one.
X-Force re-roll. Doesn't look like a whole lot going on there.
And it's nothing. Zilch. I really don't like how far away from the fight Pat's cable is. Well, Pat's cable was alive on 1. Pat had priority, and he zonked with a zonk ray Sooners cable, and then body slide to safety. It was a good move. Very impressive.
X-23 is walking downtown. Laura Kinney does what she pleases.
She does. Actually, very similar to Dr. Pepper. X-23 has 23 flavors.
Scarlet Widow's here. Everyone wish the beautiful lady a happy birthday.
Happy birthday! Yeah, the zonk ray will do that. Listen, it's a lot of people try to zonk with a bunch of different things: zonk beams, zonk rays, bonk zonks.
That's a Scarlet Widow. That is a dragon. That's a dragon. Yeah.
Hydrate. Thanks, Joe.
Hydrate, Tizzy.
Yeah. Bubble balls.
Here's the bubble bath.
All right. What is this?
Okay, so 23 into Dynamo, sacrificed into Deadpool, and then used Dynamo's defense power.
Okay. All right, so Disruption Field was up, so they're going to re-roll 2 of them. He would want to re-roll one of the wilds. And he converted. Okay, so effectively what happened there, I forgot about the Distortion Field. He was going to Exceptional to only take 1, after figuring that out. He
3
does not need to
damage.
exceptional because that 6 turned to 4, blocking 1. So
3 into Deadpool.
3 into Deadpool.
I will say, when seeing high-level players play the game, I feel like if they stared at me like they do at each other, I would crumble like a house of cards.
Much like the show House of Cards did.
Yeah. Sooner ruin the show.
I don't think it was sooner. Is there painting today? Did I miss it? You did. There was some painting earlier.
7 for Grip and Rip. And then how much for Nathan?
Looks like 4, so 2.
Only 4? Okay.
Yep.
I am sorry.
Birthday nap was worth it? Hell yeah.
I finished the model, so I'm going to do the base when I get back home, Kara, so you can watch that. But he's pretty done. Here, I'll even show you.
Oh, good news is that we're live on YouTube and X, so there's going to be VODs everywhere for it.
Sneaky Sis is being played by Sooner or...
All right,
Pat.
pretty sneaky sis for
Big Bowler
Pat.
Boogie 2025 Patriot with sub.
There's a 0% chance you did that. No way.
Going into Cable. 1
The
into Deadpool.
Big Bowler Boogie 2025
And
Patreon
Domino.
level is, by the way, I think $2,050 a month.
It looks really good. It's not my best paint job in the world, but it'll look good next to your Cerebus.
Dylan,
Yeah.
can I see your hand? Will you marry me?
This is kind of sudden, but I actually had a priest marry us both while we were sleeping last night, so way ahead of you, buddy.
That's what that was. That's what that was. Of course I didn't. Are you crazy? Listen, you get 10% off if you sign up for a year of it at a time. That'll save you like $2,000.
That's true.
You almost can't afford to miss that savings.
It's practically free real estate.
Did he leave?
leave another hat.
Did
Yeah.
he leave the has-been house?
Yeah, I left it on like the... I think I either left it in the con hall or I left it on the plane.
That's super weird. I actually found a has-been hat at Adepticon.
That's crazy. Did it look just like the one I was wearing?
My memory's fuzzy on that one. What, is our engagement off, Tim? I mean, listen. The new rules is 2024.
Yeah, who knows what the law is anymore.
Yeah.
Tim stole my hat.
No, I liberated it. This is America.
Deadpool's a going.
So it looks like, as far as Pretty Sneaky Sis, we're going to have
Gonna
that
stab
on
Zemo.
Pat's Cable, Deadpool, and Domino. And we're getting a
Pretty good
Deadpool
roll.
stab. You
You need
said
one
with the
wild.
Domino?
You need 2 wilds for stab, I think.
So and that is a
Zemo
KO
is dead.
Zemo.
That's what you get for being European.
Yeah.
This is America.
Zemo has 0 health left. We just need to move to Ura. Or Utah, yeah.
Yeah.
Utah has mountains, I heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I only have 34 more boba balls to go through before I can just drink the beverage. I would
Going
like
for
to.
X23 with the stab.
All right, actually showing
Looks
pretty
okay.
good
Looks 3's not bad. Looks like she's doing 2. 2.
there. X-Force reroll.
like
Hey,
he's doing
there you go.
3.
Takes 3.
Doing 3.
Assassin doesn't convert.
He knows karate.
He does.
Much more than an assassin.
Correct.
Crazy.
She doesn't have swords, and let's be honest, Laura Kinney skips leg day. That's why she's not legendary.
Well, she has knives in her heels.
He's not dead. He just had to go back to his home planet. He's leaving the Earth for no raisins.
Oh, I missed the joke. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
All right, let me pull it up. Here we go. Tell them to pause. Hey, can you tell them to pause the game so I can tell a dad joke?
Yeah, guys, can you pause the game so we can...
Just kidding.
Okay, so we are going to get a leg day onto the researcher from Sooners Deadpool.
All right, so I was talking to my boss, and he asked me, do you think you can come in on Saturday? I said, yeah, no problem. I'll probably be late, though, because the public transport on weekends is really slow. So he's like, okay, when do you think you'll get there? And I said, Monday.
So that's going to end Deadpool's activation. We're going to go back over to Pat, who has so many sneaky sisses. But the big thing that he doesn't have is Baron Zemo.
I see that redeem. I'm sorry, Alyssa. I completely missed it. Pat's X-23 is going. Into Dynamo. Ivan Starkovich.
Great roll.
Thank you.
Showing 5 with a while.
Wholesome Colossus made a comment I don't understand. Dynamo's going down. Yes.
That got him?
Yes, Carol. Yeah, he's down. Yeah,
Okay.
Dynamo went down.
Dynamo is dazed.
I have been looking. I think I do have one, yes. So I got to grab it before we leave.
Hey, Charles.
I'm hoping we finish before the store closes.
We should.
Okay.
I mean, this is the finals, right?
Yeah. So if I don't have it with me when I get there, Kara, I apologize. The store closed before we finish.
All right. I'm assuming this is what?
X-23 into Deadpool.
X-23.
I'm trying to
into
maintain my
Deadpool.
relationship. Sorry. You know, I'm trying to stay.
It's
Whatever.
very clear haven't been doing that.
That's true. Well, he keeps giving us knives. Little anniversary knives.
Surprise!
Yeah, we can hear him.
Can we?
I heard the hey listen thing.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I hear a lot of voices in my head right now. There's a lot. Deadpool's taking 3.
All right, Deadpool's going to take 3. Whose activation was that? X-23 or?
Yeah, that was X-23 from Pat's. That was Pat's.
Okay.
Bullseye's going. He said that all Utah has, and I said, got it.
Oh, that's true. I mean, it's Utah gets immediately better if it's got a Tad of Colossus.
Doing that spender.
Who is?
I don't remember. I have so many people talking to me right now. I saw it and I couldn't play it because the internet was bad. The internet in this part of the world is awful. It's really bad. I will watch it after this though, because I do have. I am on the Wi-Fi now.
All right, so look like a hit and run there, probably, maybe. Showing 5 on Bullseye's attack, I think. Blocking 2, taking 3, and
Throwing knife into
into
X-23.
Into X-23.
Yep. So that was probably a pin cushion. Yeah.
Pin cushion's only 4 dice? I thought it was 5.
No, pin cushions. I think 6, right?
Who's playing, bro? Just got here. Brian Freddy, hey, by the way, thank you for joining the Patreon, dude. That was very nice. I really appreciate that. Thank you. We have Pat from Afrado's Size 3 Tackle Truck playing X-Force for Nathan's Angels, and we have Sooner from Grip It and Rip It.
Pin cushion's 5.
Yeah, but he rolled 4 dice and crit, so
Well, that's because
you have been a throwing knife.
You get
right?
to you get to make a throwing knife after you do the attack.
Gotcha. So that was the follow-up.
Yeah, the rapid fire. After this is resolved, make a pin cushion. Oh, make a pin cushion.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that had to have been a throwing knife. And a hit and run. 'cause
Cable's
he got
box
power
leg.
for it. Love seeing more Sooner, right? Who doesn't? All right, pretty sneaky cable sis. Moving up to, once again, fire handfuls of rockets in the form of bonk lasers.
Energy gun with cable.
Oops, all blanks and a block. Showing 1. He's in within range 3, so he's going to get rerolls here.
2, potentially. 3.
Converts both.
Cable's rerolling. from being within range.
All right, you blocked one there. It's taken 2. And he's going to fall back.
Cable's falling back from Sooner.
How much did Cable take, Any?
Did Cable take any? 2? I don't know.
So he must have blocked it all, I'm assuming, because he didn't put any damage on Cable's card.
Yeah, I think so. Looks like a judge call coming.
Which judge will we get? I see Dredd over there. I see Judy. And Judge Reinhold's here.
And Dredd.
Yeah, that was the first one I said.
Okay. Shut up.
Oh, it's actually both of them. The old one and the new one. Sylvester Stallone and Colin Farrell. A good eye. They're standing right in front of each other. So
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
One of them took their helmet off, though.
Yep. That's why I thought it was the guy from In Bruges. Fantastic movie.
Yeah. I always thought Judge Dredd was played by Donny Osmond.
No, you're thinking of Marie Osmond.
Oh.
Who's just a dread to
Cable
judge.
is a moving. Cable is moving.
Dr. D can't hear when he's tired, and I know you kept him awake all night, Tim.
It was the man who will never be named's body type that we talked about. And how it's irresistible.
Carl Urban. Keith Urban.
It's true.
And that looks like Laura getting into range
he doesn't have as much
to
love in him as I
kill
do.
a domino.
23 into Domino.
And she's showing actually pretty decent here, looks like.
Unfortunately, Domino not lucky all game. Haven't seen her roll much in the way of skulls or crits.
She was rolling a bunch of defensive skulls, but it just kind of drained a lot of what she had going on power-wise.
I will say, Kara, I'm very excited to sleep in my own bed tonight. I slept in a chair.
And an ottoman.
Yeah, there was also one. That's true.
Hydrate. Every sip, I'm getting at least 2 to 3 balls in my mouth. We'll get through them.
You say stuff like that, and then I make my European comments, and you get nervous. But that, you're fine with.
Yeah, there's a bunch of balls in my drink. They're boba balls.
Stretch.
Just trying to scratch my lip.
Please help me. Yep. Big stretch.
All right, so Domino moving to the top of the taco truck. Pistols into X23.
23 getting shot.
23 and me when Domino is shooting at thee. She does get the follow-up attack. Did roll some hits. X23 rolling a crit on defense.
Yeah.
But she can't crit.
It's
Can modify though.
Dom.
Rolls a blank into another crit, so it's going to be even Stevens, but does get the follow-up attack. And
no
nothing.
hits.
Oh, well, there's a skull there. Turn that bad boy into a crit. Throw
Goodbye,
it at
dice.
Sooner directly. Does convert it, so that's showing 2. Assassin reroll. Nothing.
So 1.
1. And Domino with 2 power for that, and that'll be her activation as she is still actively sneaky, sis. Measure from 3. No
Cable,
point.
measuring, probably shooting.
Cable does shoot.
That he does. The one who shall never be named is saying that Cable is known for violence. History of violence.
A history of violence. There's, just in general, Cable always has way too much violence. That's why we switched to streaming services.
Cable's walking. Get out of the way over here. Look at me, I'm walking
I'm
here.
walking here.
Get out of the way.
I have to use my telekinesis to hold up my slices.
Going into Domino.
Oh,
I'm a wizard man over here.
People from New York hate dominoes, so that would make sense here.
It's true. A lot of skulls. Hate to see that. No
there's a
crit there.
Cable reroll, converting
three.
1, so it's showing three with no defenses here. They forgot the pretty sneak assist.
It's probably just going to slip in with the body slide.
Yep.
Just keep it clean.
All right, adjusting a little bit just so we could have made that shot. And she's pulled. That's going to finish off Domino's.
She's going to the great casino in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Three or more medium pizzas of 2 toppings or more for $5.99.
Taco
each.
truck coming in hot. Into... Oh, just getting rid of it. Just getting rid of it.
Threw it directly up.
Then body slide.
Then spending 2 to body slide back. To relative safety. Which means safety from your family. Relative safety.
Who's in his family?
Cyclops,
No, I know
Jean
that.
Grey,
I know.
Madeline
On the
Pryor,
board.
Nate Gray,
Yeah,
Strife. Is it unacceptable?
I love oh God, what is his name? Lemon
grab?
Yeah, lemon grab.
I like grabbing lemons. And then reselling them on advancedautoparts.com. All right, so we are...
Deadpool leg day.
Mm-hmm. Every day is leg day. Friday, Saturday, today. My sticker is covered by the dang overlays. Listen.
Shooting dynamo.
Now it's probably not. I don't know. There we go.
Going in dynamo.
Doesn't look paying for 2 crits potentially.
Is it because bang bang happens on double wild?
It's like crit wild or hit wild or something like that. This is domino.
Rapid fire shot. Oh, so bang bang. He did get bang bang. It is a wild and a hit.
Guns. Tons of fun.
Dynamo takes none.
This is a big old Sooner bunker. Sooner than bunker. Will put your X-Force under.
Ten to 4. I hit the wrong one. You hold it now.
Just for a couple seconds. 10 to 4. Goodness, Pat not scoring anything that round. His Angels are getting their angles played. That
Dynamo
is for
slipping. Crisis is
Infinity Formula and Researcher.
Right. That's stuck in my brain.
And guys, this is one of the 3 games that are going to decide the finals.
Goodbye,
Alex
Kara.
Spots is also playing with Mike DeLuca.
I'll see you at the airport, baby cakes.
Vincent Kirchhoff is going up against Lucas Sheik right now.
Bab. Tell Chunk I said hi.
Enjoy your book. I can't read. This is why you don't put Researcher in your X-Force list. I mean, yeah, Joe, not bad advice.
She can't wait.
Oh.
She physically cannot do it.
Gotcha. So do you have to go to a doctor or something? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
They take your pee. And they're like, what the hell is this for?
That's a shame that because you are a doctor.
Dynamo rocket shoe.
And if she can't wait, maybe you should just give her some of your patience. How are the other tables doing?
They're still standing.
They're still standing.
Yep, all four legs underneath each one.
Nope, DeLuca's the only one sitting down. Everyone else is in fact standing up. I'll just go take a look.
Dynamo in the cable. Goodbye, Tim. Rolling dice. Looking like... Didn't look like damage, but I think he got the trigger. Shooting into X-23. Okay, so this is from the dynamo beam. So I think it's shock happened on that last one. Okay, so from the trigger. It looks like it's going to happen again on X-23.
Both other tables are tied. DeLuca and Alex Botts are tied at 12 in round 4. Kirchhoff and Sheik are tied at 7 in round 3.
Going into cable, boosting the roll on the defense. Cable's going down. He's dazing. Shooting into X-23. So far, this table looking pretty firm for Sooner, unless an upset happens, as long as he can maintain some consistent scoring. Pat is exceptionally healing on 23. Is it going? Okay, 23 into 23. Doing claw rush.
Doing claw rush, but he rolled 5 dice.
Shocked.
Shocked.
From Dynamo.
Oh, from Dynamo, okay. Assassin reroll, converts.
So 3?
And she'll block it all.
Nope. Stopping it.
No wild pierce, so. Claw rush, more like claw nah.
Alright, same exact thing. Claw rushing.
There's the pierce.
No movement.
All right, with the pierce.
A little bit better.
Looks like that's going to be 3, 4 going through.
No, there's 4. X force reroll looked like it in from Assassin. Okay. I believe that's from
Distortion Field.
Dynamo.
Yep. So that's going to be nothing. Wow, that's actually, that was pretty big.
You're big.
Yeah, thanks, man. I've been working out and eating too much. But that's disappointing for Pat. He was showing 4 with a pierce, pretty much all of them going through, and then with rerolls and Distortion Field doing nothing.
Dynamo, Pat definitely needing a breakthrough here. 23 into Deadpool.
Team tournaments need multiple camera setups. Listen, I wish it was that easy.
If you knew how much equipment you needed just for one of these things, you would need more commentators. You would need a whole lot more illicit substances. Way more backstabbing knives.
Can't eat just one.
More chapstick.
Yeah, you get hungry at the stream table. This is going to be X-23 moving on up to the left side.
Well, that's why we're here. We're here to give you as much as we can get you. Okay, 23 doing claw rush again.
Whoa!
Pretty good roll by both sides. Looking like there is a pierce going to be happening here.
Oh, wow.
That's a great attack.
Wow, okay.
Great defense. Oh, both of them rolled real well.
2, 4,
only need
6,
the 1.
8 with pierce, but you only need to do 1. I mean,
down. X-23 down, and they're going to wrap it up there.
That is game.
Sooner putting another W under the belt.
Yep.
Got to thank the person that is shackled in his basement. Who's given him all the practice he could possibly need.
Yep.
This is incredible. What an upset.
Look, I'm an idea guy. I'm not concerning myself with logistics and details. But I appreciate that, Deaton. Old Creepy Kenai Cold. Thank you for the follow. Taylor made a new Twitch name.
Made a new profile.
But there are still 2 games. Oh, whoa, maybe not. We might actually have winners here. I see Mike DeLuca and Alex Bott's game is done.
Do you want to interview one? Do you want to interview soon or something?
Let's wait until...
No.
Do you want to interview soon?
No. I don't want to talk to these people. They hate me. All of them.
What's that like, hanging around with people that hate you?
I got to run to the store and make sure I get the Kara's gift.
Okay. Sounds good.
If I don't see you guys before this is over, it was cool hanging out with you guys. If anybody enjoyed the painting, enjoy it. Make sure if you want more Dr. D, go to Arachne. And I might be picking up the painting stream, so you might see me on the stream here pretty soon.
Oh, that is decided. So it does look like Mike won his game, so that is going to be 2 wins there for Grip It and Rip It, and they will be all set. They are going 5-0 this year at Squad Goals 2024. Is going to be going to Mike DeLuca Sooner and Lucas Sheik. Lucas Sheik continuing his triumphs at these last few cons. Starting with Adepticon 2024 and now Squad Goals 2024. It's been a couple great months for him. Traveling down from Canada, driving through Michigan, and getting some absolutely dope wins against great opponents. Having to fight his roommate during Timeline, Mike DeLuca, at Adepticon this year, and then being able to play on a team with him during the team-up event there, and now adding in Sooner for Squad Goals 2024. Who won? It looks like Mike DeLuca and Sooner have both won, so that is going to have Grip It and Rip It taking the championship here at Squad Goals 2024. Let me just do this quick because it does look like Lucas Sheik and Kirchhoff are still finishing their game, but it does very clearly say, yep, Mike DeLuca won 18-15 against Alex Botts on Mutant Extremists and Demons Downtown. Mike running, I believe, is that Midnight Suns? No, Master of the World Cabal. Alex Botts running Mystique Brotherhood. And that is going to be it. Did they go through the official end of the match routine? So that's a great question, Tisdale. So one of the really cool things about Squad Goals this year is they have these little cards, right? And I think if you check out the Facebook or the Alfredo Size 3 Taco Truck Discord, I believe you can see these. But one of the very important things for the post-game sequence, let's break this down step by step, very similar to Marvel Crisis Protocol. They added sub-steps for some of these steps. So after every tournament game, you are required to take these steps before logging the game. Otherwise, both players are DQ'd. We might not have a winner at all. Number 1, handshake. Both players say, good game. Number 2, winner apologizes. Step 3, loser says, you played a great game. Step 4, the winner apologizes again. Step 5, the loser completes this sentence. I think if, in brackets, game losing mistake, had gone differently, I had a shot there. Step 5A, winner agrees. Step 6, loser completes this sentence. In brackets, model on the opposing team, close brackets, is really good here. 6A, winner fabricates at length a fictitious moment where dice altered the outcome of the match. Step 7, loser offers to enter the game into Longshanks but makes it clear they do not want to. Step 7A, the winner states that they have already entered the game into Longshanks. 7B, loser apologizes. 7C, winner apologizes. Step 8, players simultaneously wish each other good luck. Step 9, winner leaves table using any or all of the following excuses. Number 1, gonna go see how my boys are doing. Number 2, thinking about some lunch. Number 3, gotta take a leak. Step 9A and the final step of the post-game sequence here from Alfredo is the loser stays at the table and contemplates their life choices or reads Twitter. This is for, these are incredible. They did such a good job at these. If you are in the Chicagoland area, I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere near here next year. I would highly suggest checking out Squad Goals 2025. The website for it is, in fact, I believe just squadgoalsmcp.com. And if you think the post-game sequence was great, there are just as many things on the front, but they're significantly more detail-oriented because the 3v3 format can be a little confusing to some people. The Alfredo guys are the best content creators. I wonder if they are hiring. They probably are. If they can afford a taco truck, they have significant places to stay and also have revenue opportunities by selling tacos out of a truck. But, guys, I think that's pretty much going to end it here for us at Squad Goals 2024. Kirchhoff and Sheik are still finishing out their game, which I think just in general is very respectable. The winner is, in fact, going to be all grip it and rip it. But making sure Vince can pull out one for the Alfredo size 3 taco truck, especially after putting on a very good event. And a huge thank you to Nate Horn for running the event, as well as Jacob for not only providing the prize support and the trophies for the top 3 teams, as well as the best painted team and the best painted roster as a whole. But everything else that went into this event, pastimes, comics, and games, for providing the event space, as well as running actually a really bunch of dope events over in the actual game store themselves. They have this kind of extra space here. It might be here next year, might not, who knows. But really kind of helped the Alfredo's guys put on a hell of a show. Dr. D and Mike Tisdale for doing both Eyes in the Sky and commentary as well. Absolutely unreplaceable. And viewers like you guys, Freddie, MCP Carl, Norbert for stopping in. Deaton, it was good to hear from you all weekend, especially being able to watch your boy DeLuca do a phenomenal job. Roster Doctor, Stibonese, B Proxy, Scarlet Widow, once again, happy birthday. Joe Manji, Alyssa, Ben, Dan, Danny, Briar Mage, helping us stay hydrated in a very considerable way. And Adepticon for providing the terrain. Having an event like this that's going to be having a lot of tables, 66 total players, is going to be 33 tables of terrain. Tisdale and Adepticon providing that and driving it out here and making sure that at an event of this caliber, at this competition level, that they are playing on incredibly well painted and constructed terrain for Marvel Crisis Protocol. That said, look forward to Second Wind later this year. I believe it is secondwindmcp.com is where you can check out that and get tickets for it. The Longshanks link I will post one more time here in the chat. Did I do it right? I totally did. Norbert, thank you. I really appreciate that. But yeah, check and take a look. The Infamous guys were here. Some of our friends from down in the Nashville area as well. Ron and Graham, Mithrander, Mirror Image, the ladies' man. I don't know who that is, but oh, it's Ron. He just changed his shirt. But Dice Daddies also handed out some really cool like opponent gifts. These little stickers that had 2d6s on them that had hearts, I believe, for the ones that just say Dice Daddies on them. But yeah, it's always great to come out to these events. I would highly suggest finding one in your local area. There's a number of ways to do that. The official AMG Discord has a calendar where people can post events that are going to be in your local areas and also have regional-based, they're not called channels, I think threads, for like different areas and regions. If you're in the Northeast, we're going to be at the Salt City GT in August this year. I believe it is the weekend of August 9th and 10th. You can go to the Salt City GT to grab tickets for that. In addition to that, we're going to be at Iron Weld in the first weekend of June. 2 weeks after, we'll be at the Atlantic City Open in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Always a great time there. Brian Watson and Will Castillo, two of the finer event organizers in the East Coast and the Northeast, putting on fantastic shows. as well as the BEC3, the Best East Coast Cup circuit, I believe is what that all is, but will be a qualifying series that is going to be on the East Coast from Ohio, Maine, New Hampshire, Connecticut, New York, Jersey, Pennsylvania, and then down the Delmarva as well, with Delaware and Maryland and Virginia being included in that tournament circuit. Outside that, professionalcasual.com is where you can find blogs for pretty much anything that you could ever nerd out about, whether it's Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay and the books that are coming out for 4E from Cubicle 7, painting blogs with Dr. D. We're also grabbing some new blog articleists, writers. So I know Otis had reached out, super happy with that. Be at W2C, most likely, very likely, later this year. What else? Everwinter, Ironweld, ACO, Salt City. I think that's everything. In July 13th, we are probably going to be running a Challenger event at Bearded Dragon Games in Oneonta, New York. That might also be the 27th of July, so we'll kind of take a look and see how that ends up panning out. But guys, thank you so much. We'll see you next time, and don't forget, Tuesday, we'll be here back at the studio in PCN Anta to play some MCP. All right, guys, love you all. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Which is kind of brutal, especially when you have somebody like Toad who's like, I'm just going to hang out back here, snap that one objective, and then run away.
Yep.
He now can't do the runaway piece. So it's kind of like Black Widow's the same way. Nebula don't care. Objectives aren't real. Objectively, they're objective.
Objective, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm just trying to, make the game last longer because this is going to be quick. So we are going to start out with Black Widow over here.
Today, where we interviewed Tim Simpson and Mike Tisdale, some of the head TOs that have been there the longest outside of Charles. Those are the three that did MCP the first year, and they've been there every year since at Adepticon. So we had a great talk about that, talked about the new venues, how the events went, and what we're excited for. It is you!
That's me. That's you. What's up, Tim Simpson?
All right.
Lowercase Tim.
Let's... Uncle Tim.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
Uncle Tim.
Uncle Lowercase Tim. I rolled my thing. I got a crit and 2 hits.
That's someone's Pat. Sure, let's kill it.
Hey, Dr. D, host of Arachne.
Your success to me. Therefore, you must suffer a joke. I lost Kara's audiobook before I could hear the whole thing, and now I'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. All right. Don't hate it. Who's playing, bro? Just got here. Brian Freddy, hey, by the way, thank you for joining the Patreon, dude. That was very nice. I really appreciate that. Thank you.